Let's get the brand logos out of the way.
Oh please, it's your room. They're everywhere.
I mean, you got Kingdom Hearts, you got Borderlands, you got Naruto, you got C2's gigantic ass in the background.
Oh, yeah, where is it? No, it's your head.
Well, my head's blocking.
Move. Now move again. Turn the chair. The chair was in the way. No, now move. No, wait. Oh, you had it.
No. Not in the SFW stream. Sorry.
Join our Discord if you want a picture of C2's ass. I'll post it right now. That's your fucking...
That's your motivation.
Yeah,
ooh. We got 12 drop frames, by the way. Because...
Is that bad?
No, that's 1% of our frames so far.
Okay. Alright.
It's because we got the lovely, shitty nighttime Wi-Fi where everybody's piggybacking off the...
Could you send me the Twitch, or our logo, or our link to the Twitch so I can post it? I already put it in the description of the video.
Yeah.
I just need to be able to put it in Discord.
Hold on a second.
And then I'll keep an eye on the chat.
Oh, and by the way, it was indeed my OK Google that went off.
Cool. Real quick.
I'm grabbing it. I gotta...
Well, now that you have, you might as well just fucking do the announcement in Discord.
Fuck that. You said you were doing it.
No, you're literally getting the link. That's dumb.
Okay. Fuck. I gotta actually hop in here and do it. Because mobile Twitch sucks ass.
Oh, okay. Also, we're not streaming.
We are.
Nothing on my end. I haven't gotten a notification either, and I follow us, so.
Where are we streaming then? I want to bet we're actually live on YouTube. Check YouTube.
David, I would have hoped that you would have checked that.
I think it's the other. No, we're live, bitch. We're live.
Just got it now. Backup plan due to bad Mobo. Can you change that title? That's shit.
It's shoot the shit with no crew. Shoot the shit with a crew on here. It's just mobile sucks.
Alright, yeah, we got it. Did you put it on Discord?
I am doing that right now.
So, waiting for people to file in. Hopefully. You can go ahead and yeah, I was gonna say you can do that at everything.
By using @everyone, you're about to mention 50 plus people. Ah, fuck it. Roll the dice. Send now.
Oh, did you link the thing?
Yep.
Oh, okay, got it. It's cool. Fuck it. I dig it.
Oh, okay. So
right, I'll keep an eye on the chat.
We have 0 viewers right now. Oh, Smart Karibo's here. That's one smart, right?
Smart Karibo. Roll the dice. All right. Well, David, you gotta.
We got 3 viewers.
Sit in a way that isn't blocking me, please.
Oh, yeah, I know. I had to get comfortable. This chair, while $300 is not very comfortable, believe it or not.
$300 is not the PewDiePie chair. And therefore
it's not $3.99, and it can't do this. No.
Bro, you about knocked your shit all the way down.
It won't be the first time, actually. But the other time was another way. Yeah.
So, anyone who's in here, feel free to chat and I'll respond.
I'm going to exit out of Twitch on here so we don't have an echo. Yeah, I thought so.
Yes. Hello, One Smart.
All right.
All right. Yeah, I'll just follow it here.
All right.
Do we have an echo?
No, but we do when we have Twitch open on the desktop.
So we have 5 viewers. What do you want to talk about, David?
The first thing I really want to talk about is right about now the Shark Week thing, immersion thing for Rooster Teeth is ending. I honestly don't...
Give them the backstory of what you're doing. You can't expect everyone to be a Rooster Teeth fan.
So Rooster Teeth started out as this little indie group. You know, Ruby, Red
versus Blue, yeah.
Yeah, Genlock. Genlock's premiering in about 20 minutes on Toonami, if I'm not mistaken. You want to check the time slot for that?
Something like that. But the main point here is it's a pretty big deal because Rooster Teeth started off as just this internet company.
It started out with people sitting under blankets like this, recording lines for their series.
Yeah.
And now they're on national television.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So, like, your question was where they go from here.
Yeah, like, they obviously being under the Full Screen brand, you know, the Outer Media brand, all that, you know, they've got AT&T backing them, essentially. So they got fuck me money.
I gotta get my feet on the street, and that's a fucking rule, right? Even with socks on?
No, with socks on, it's just if you do bare feet, you know? But hey, I have socks.
Don't be on the street! Now, I'm just gonna slide on down here.
1v1 me scrub.
This is where I'm gonna be now.
That is uncomfortable as fuck.
Yeah, I'll just be cool. No, so no, this does look dumb.
It does look. You are Peter Dinklage to me, okay? My dick's here.
You don't know where his dick is. Only I know that.
My dick's here, okay?
So, all right. No, I mean, I don't know if this really changes much of them. I just think it you know, the only thing you got to worry about whenever this happens is like, are they going to lose their way? Are they going to lose what makes them them? Are they going to get corporatized? And we've seen little bits of this with Rooster Teeth.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you see the recent controversy with like their animation getting
the crunch?
What's your thought on that?
It's been obvious since the Jeff and Gus days, really. There's always been crunch trying to get everything out. The difference with the Monty era, where they, you know, started doing passion projects, is it took its time.
Mm-hmm. And that's the concern with like getting to like TV level stuff.
Yeah.
Is you unfortunately, because you know it's capitalism in a nutshell. It's all about jamming out that Hold on. It's all about jamming out that product. Just shoving it out, forcing it out.
Just to touch on that.
I'm still talking. And when you get to that, 2 times. And when you get to that, just inevitably you're gonna have a situation where I'm gonna pause this so it's not distracting me. Inevitably, you're gonna have a situation where you're not focusing on, you know, like the content, the passion, but you're focusing on, well, there's a deadline, and then it becomes a job, and then you hate it. So like the perfect company is one that kind of just does it for fun, but that's the unfortunate part is you're caught in this weird like paradox where it's like you can't just do it for fun because then you don't have the money to do it, and then you have to have a real job, and then you don't have time to do it for fun, and it's just there's no way. So
you know, we have that issue a little bit too. You know,
real quick, I just want to answer the question from One Smart here because he said, "What chapter of Black Clover is read on?" I am somewhere in the 70s or 80s. I was in the Waterbed Temple arc, I believe, and it was like I was really I'm just not feeling Black Clover. It's such a sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't, and it's just it was a slog to read through. I'm hoping to eventually finish it with Thurman because we were doing like rabbit sessions, you know, where we'd Skype through and I'd read it with him on the stream, or not the stream, excuse me, on Skype.
Yep.
So maybe I'll finish it eventually, but I got to like the middle of that arc where they were fighting these people in this temple, and it was all right, you know. But it's just I really don't think it's my type of manga, unfortunately. I do think it would be fun to review with Thurman, so I hope to one day actually catch up, just for the simple fact of even if it's not like my favorite or something I'm super into, it'd be fun to review. So yeah, maybe one time.
And the one thing I want to touch on there, Red, is you nailed it there. Like the Passion Over Project thing comes into play again. You know, Achievement Hunter really touches on this, especially during like the Off Topic podcast, where they're talking about like how hellacious their travel is with like trying to shoot hunters, trying to shoot everything.
Yeah, and luckily, because I'm a big Achievement Hunter fan, luckily it doesn't seem like that has ruined their content too badly. You know,
no, but they
they're still
definitely
having
feel
fun.
it.
But I get worried that if they push them too far, it's going to become a soulless project. It really is the age-old time versus passion, making money, making a living versus enjoying what you're doing. It's a struggle.
You know, with the main Achievement Hunter crew hitting their 30s and up, with Jeff hitting almost 50 at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're definitely seeing them trying to settle down, with Michael raising 2 kids now, and trying to, balance everything with Lindsay and that aspect. You see with them doing like the immersion with Gavin, that was on Shark Week this week, tonight actually. It definitely feels like they're trying to balance their entire life as a professional aspect.
Smart says, crunch is always painful. And Mellow the Human says, do you read Jujutsu Kaisen? Thurman does. David, do you?
I've read bits and pieces. I got up to like chapter 10, and then I dropped it for now because I'm reading way too much at this time.
I read the first chapter. There was a time where Thurman wanted me to get into it. I tried, and then got really busy.
Yep.
It's something that I'm planning on eventually reading and hopefully bringing as a review.
Yep.
Adult life's hard. I don't know how many of you guys are like to the point where you gotta have a full-time job and maybe college and maybe this.
I think I'm still the oldest, being the oldest one of the group here. I balance the most shit, unfortunately.
I have to get better at it. Like a lot of times I just get home and I just want to sleep. So luckily we've been kind of slowly trying to like get more stuff onto the channel. So like Chainsaw Man is something we added. I'm really glad we did. Obviously,
I can feel my PS4 rolling through this.
And we're hoping to eventually, the ones that are on our mind that we really want to add one day are Black Clover, One Punch Man, and Jujutsu Kaisen.
The one I personally want to add with my guest is Ancient Mage's Bride, but it's so randomly translated. It's basically caught up to the current, the current fucking volume that's releasing on, ironically, my dad's birthday. I'm like, that's happy birthday. I bought him on the volume. I've had it pre-ordered for like 3 months now.
I can make an announcement like right now, and that is that we will be doing JoJo's Bizarre Adventure content.
Fuck you, Twitch.
So JoJo's Bizarre Adventure content will be happening. Basically, since I just finished part 5.
I'm way ahead of you, so I'm just staying the fuck out of this one.
I just finished part 5. Yeah. And Thurman is also.
Oh, Kooky, if you're in the stream, I see you're playing 7 Days to Die, bitch.
Can you try to let me finish, please? You're really distracting me, David. I just finished part 5. And then Thurman and me and Andrew are all starting part 6. Andrew's my other friend, other than Thurman, and we're all gonna basically do a thing where we just go through part 6 like chunk by chunk and talk about it. So that's gonna be a thing that's starting, yeah. And I'm really excited for
the way you were
Zangetsu Black 92 favorite series in general, David.
Favorite series in general, and this is incredibly biased, and. Well, obviously this question is really, in general, I am a huge Code Geass fan. You see, just hand me the Colin.
I'm gonna look for all the Code Geass merch.
You can see, you see Colin. Yeah, I knew that ashtray was going. That was my ashtray. There definitely wasn't a blunt in there.
You're just gonna have to replace all this.
Yeah, her arm came off, by the way, asshole. Yeah, I am a huge Code Geass fan.
Where is the Lelouch?
Please move Farah off of the Lelouch before you fucking move Lelouch.
Maybe, if you weren't such a mess.
Dude, I have so much shit in this tiny ass apartment, it's not even funny. Yeah, her goddamn guitar came out again.
Chaos! We had to bring the chaos.
Did you really just sit down my $300 fucking...
Oh my god, it weighs like 2 pounds!
I know.
Not even. What am I talking about? It weighs like 2 ounces.
And,
but yeah. What other Code Geass?
Definitely do not grab any of the Dakimakuras, please, for the love of God.
He's got, okay, now really show him C2's ass. There's C2's ass.
Yeah.
I can't show you that one because it has actual tits on it.
No, it has actual vagina and anus.
Yes. We got a Code Geass poster, wall scroll there, a Code Geass wall scroll there. He does quite like it.
There's another Code Geass wall scroll somewhere.
Or the ass?
No, actually I gave that to a friend.
I feel bad. Well, I'll help you replace those later.
Yes, please grab the C2 hand so I can put it back in.
Oh my god, her hand did fall off.
Yeah, it comes out really easily.
But how will she diddle you then?
No comment.
Diddle Kid is here. You want it.
No fucking comment there.
Don't even pretend.
But... No, I want her to smother me with her fucking thighs. I don't want her to diddle me. I want her to just choke the goddamn life out of me.
Diddle is a general term of all fingering in the lower region. Thank you. 6 viewers. I love you all. My favorite series. I don't know if you've heard. I'm not sure if this has been elaborated.
Comey can't communicate?
No, I mean, it's up there. No. Hold on. Let me get back to the chat. My favorite series is Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, God, yes.
Lean your fucking ass.
I'm putting the guitar back in Colin here, okay?
Alright. Hunter x Hunter. Best power system in anime, period.
I do agree.
I love the friendship between Killua and Gon is one of the most wholesome things I've ever seen.
There's a certain community that likes to make that disturbing.
They ruin it. There's people that make them want to fuck, and they're 12 and they're friends, and it's just like, stop it. But let me actually go into why I like Hunter x Hunter so much. Okay, so Hunter x Hunter is one of those anime that sometimes you ever just you're reading a bunch of shit and you're like, I like this, but then you get to one where it's like, I feel like the author
while you're talking, I'll grab this chat,
connected to my brain, right? Or just wrote how I thought. Like, the way he described... Like, some people get mad at, like, the overly and over-describing, the narration, the yada
Thank you for our 2 new followers, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, you got new followers?
We have, right now, Mel the Human and Zangetsu Black 92.
Why do I... You see, Can I tell it first? No, I know. I gotta finish Hunter x Hunter, and then I have a story to tell. Okay, so, love Hunter x Hunter because of the power system, the characters. I love the over narration, right? So a good example is in this current arc in Hunter x Hunter. There's a moment where one of the princes is trying to just figure out how her Nen power works, and it's the one that has like the tunneling thing. So it's like one of those play tunnels, and she can make them and like crawl through one and teleport to another location. Togashi spends an entire like page, which doesn't seem like a lot in most manga, but a page for him is like, yeah. And in this page is her going through in her head about all the ways this power could work. She's like, okay, well, if I open up one here and open up one here, would I just crawl right?
1 second.
Would I what?
Turn that on for 1 second to blow this away.
No, I'm just gonna continue talking. So if I open one here and I open one here, would I just crawl right through, or would it like how would that work? What if I crawl into one and then close that one? Am I trapped in like a nothingness void? Well, what if I crawl into one and then don't open another one? Where would I end up? Like, and then she goes through all like the what if possibilities for you. It's like Togashi, before you even have time to like think like how could this power work, he gives you like a fucking like 300-page rule book on how that one power works. What I've always told people is Hunter x Hunter is the only series where you could be like, you could literally pick a Nen power at random. You could pick a Nen power from one of the scrubs and be like, all right, Red, write a fucking like 3-page report on how their power works and all the intricacies of it, and I could do that. Hunter x Hunter,
okay,
detail. Okay,
I'm challenging them. Turn that on for a second.
All I'm asking, David, is please, when I'm on like a tirade, let me finish, because like I get distracted and thrown off so easily. Please, for my sake, I'm begging you. Okay, it's on for a second. I don't know what that was for, but
because while you were doing the hand motions, it got all the dust up.
Gotcha.
Okay. Chat. While this fucking thing doesn't want to.
Favorite power system? Mellow the Human. Oh, I love this. Is great, Mellow the Human. Keep going. I love just chatting with you guys. All right, favorite power system.
Favorite power system. Okay.
You already know mine. It's Nen.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for very, stupid power systems. So it's not really a power system so much as it's like a skill system. But I love the sword skills and Sword Art Online.
Yeah. Where's your Asuna?
My Asuna body pillow is extremely not safe for the stream.
Oh, wait a minute. Why didn't I show this when you said Code Geass your favorite series? Look!
Oh, yeah, the one you bought me. you kind of got that for, like, Christmas. My favorite character, by the way. I'm an egotistical prick.
His username in many places is Hazel the God.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, One Smart has lost best boy status.
What?
I watched Hunter x Hunter and just wasn't feeling it.
Okay.
You weren't really feeling it. Okay.
But
it's okay. I still love you.
The reason I like it is because I've always fantasized about kind of living inside of an RPG because I love that kind of game. That's what I grew up on. That's what ironically my asshole of a dad and I used to play like the original Final Fantasy. And
the funny part is, as he says my asshole of a dad, he's literally just sitting there.
He's passed the fuck out. He's drunk.
But David's dad has over the almost 30 years he's been alive, has just slowly worn down his dad. Just to the point where he's just given up completely. My favorite
Ronism, as I call it, is, oh, David! Please, for the love of God, shut that fucking door, man.
Wasn't it shut already?
I thought it was shut. Okay.
Oh, David.
I am, as a white male, armed and protected.
Also, may we present the nut button ceremony?
Oh, for the love of God, that was cringe as hell.
I had to.
That deserves a clip, by the way.
I want to get enough nut buttons where you could literally just be like, nut.
Remember when we used to live together, like Tyler Stab from Achievement Hunter liked our post for the Nut Button Symphony?
Okay, I love how bizarre. Okay, Zangetsu Black says, I love how bizarre and random devil fruits are. I'm a simple man. No, I feel you. Devil fruits are up
that
there
is that is a great power system.
Because what's great about devil fruits is it doesn't even have to like have like a perfect explanation. It's just you give me a good base with a power system and I'm good, right? So it's just like set it up, like okay, fruits. They just exist in the world. That boom, right? And
right?
Because then that lets my mind take over. So I'm thinking when I first started watching One Piece, I'm like, okay, I assumed it was like a deity of some sort because the only thing with like they're not. There's no way devil fruits are natural because there's one that's soap. There's one that's a jacket. It turns a motherfucker into a jacket. So
don't forget they've been artificially created.
Well, yes, that's true, but those are kind of like more like artificial flavor compared to like artificial lemon flavor and like a shitty like lemonade drink, like purple drink. You know, when you go to like a dollar store. By the way,
you say that while you're in the ghetto.
That's a real thing. Like I thought it was just a joke. I went to the dollar store to get some groceries, and they have just like almost unlabeled like jugs of shit that's like red drink, purple drink.
And it's also
well, it's not. I'm slightly over exaggerating. It was like grape drink. It's literally called though, like grape drink, cherry drink, and then you look at the fucking ingredients, and it's just like Kool-Aid.
Is it bad I know how to make purple drink living in the ghetto?
What was I gonna say though? But yes, I agree with you on devil fruits. This is amazing. See, this is what I want all streams to be, man.
Okay, so Red, have you ever watched Achievement Hunter play Borderlands?
A little bit.
Okay, so you probably...
Eventually, I do gotta get back to the comments, but go ahead.
You've seen the Sirens' powers, like Lilith and Maya.
Remind me.
So,
tell the peoples as well.
So Lilith is like the Firebird. She as Commander Lilith, she really gets super OP. But the Sirens' powers are one of my favorite, like, in game. Like, they're so supernatural. There's kind of bordering on ethereal. It's with Maya, because I never really played as Maya because I didn't like her as a character. Her design just kind of... I have to be into the design of a character, really.
Oh, yeah, totally.
So, with her, like, super, like, fucking, like, muscle woman, I didn't like her.
Chonk. Are you being a sexist?
No. Like, there are muscly characters I like,
I want to bring in Nutella right now. Like, she high-key got angry at me when I was like, I'm sorry, I just don't find, like, extra muscly women attractive. It's not, I'm not dehumanizing them, it's just not what I find attractive. I can choose what I find attractive.
When your power is being super strong, it's kind of boring.
Oh, okay, yeah, totally.
So, like, muscle bound, like, don't get it. But when you
it depends on how it's done, right? So I thought Armstrong and Fullmetal Alchemist did it
well. That interests me, but when your entire power is like being super strong and nothing more, and your powers are supposed to be, I am a god, basically.
Yeah. No, I agree with you for sure. I mean,
but Lilith as the Siren really interests me. Like, she had like elemental powers and shit. So the Siren has all these different branches, and the new one basically takes from like Asura, so basically can summon like a fucking deity. It looks like in Borderlands 3. I'm like, I fucking love this shit.
Were you a fan of Netero in Hunter x Hunter?
Yeah, I was.
Summoned the Buddha.
I'm like,
so following up, devil fruits, yes, love, yes, indeed, he did make Mochi badass, says Mello the Human. Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, that's how I always explain One Piece to my friends. I'm like, listen, One Piece is a show where you're watching this show, and some motherfucker walks up and it's like, what's up, motherfucker? My power is that I'm slippery. And you're like, I'm sorry? Yeah, but like, you're watching it and you're like, what? like, are you about to be a scrub? And then the slippery dude, I'm talking about Alvida, by the way, but then, that's a bad example because Alvida isn't, like, amazing, but, like, I'm trying to think of a better one. Like, okay, the soap girl, like, I got control over soap, what's up? And then she's threatening, oh, hey, or Kaku, like, yeah, I'm a giraffe. Like, I'm literally that's my thing, I'm a giraffe, and he's self-conscious about the fact that he's a giraffe. I
wish Thurman was in for this bit.
Oh, eventually. But yeah, so yes, I love Oda's power scheme because he can make anything badass, 100%. Okay, let me find. I love the power system of Jujutsu Kaisen. I have to get into it, I really do, because Thurman keeps telling me it's badass, and he keeps telling me I would like it. So I'll trust his judgment. I love the Black Clover power system. You see, I have mixed feelings on the Black Clover power system. I'm sorry, I need to call out who's saying this. Smart Karibo said that, and Jujutsu Kaisen comment was Mello the Human. So, real quick, with Smart Karibo, Black Clover power system, and then I'll let you have your point here. Black Clover power system, I'm torn. Because sometimes power systems, to me, feel a little bit like the author's just throwing shit at the wall, right? So, with Black Clover, it sometimes feels like he's just, like, going to, like, a Wikipedia, like, okay, well, give me a list of random powers, right? And
Messianic plane manipulation?
Yeah. That's an inside joke, where we were looking through bullshit powers. But anyway, it's just, it doesn't feel coherent to me. It's just like, you basically have a magic book with magic shit in it, and and maybe it's elaborated on more. Maybe I missed something. But
it does a bit.
Yeah, and to me, the Black Clover power system, it's the same problem I have with the Fate. Like, I don't remember. It's the Fate that everyone says to watch, like the good one.
Okay, so
with Fate, it was like this guy has a weird slimy glowy ball that he rides around on. This guy is this. It's just like the powers that just felt like they came out of nowhere. It was very like fan fiction-y, where like, I don't know. I think all I can say is for my personal tastes, I like a power system to have a strong rule set. Like, okay, chapter 1 through 10, I want you to explain to me like power system. Okay, how does this work? What are the rules? Bam, right? So very early on into Hunter x Hunter, like once Nen was introduced, it was like, here's all the rules of it, and here's how it works. And then Togashi stuck within that rule system. One Piece, Devil Fruits, they just exist around the world. Here's their 3 types. Boom, strong rule system. But then you get like Fate, Black Clover. It just seems very like, it's just my power because it is. That's me. David, thoughts?
Okay, so the one that kind of lost me was with Light, or Licht, or however you say his fucking name. Where he basically was using Swords of fucking Revealing Light from Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm like, you're using a goddamn spell card where you're just...
I want you to know how happy I am that this is exactly what I wanted the stream to be. We have 6 viewers and they're all asking a bunch of questions. This is exactly what I want.
This is perfect.
This is amazing. We're just a chill stream.
So, when we had that, I'm like, dear Lord, you are... And Thurman, if he watches his archive, is going to eviscerate me, and I'm going to...
Next stream, we'll have Thurman on in spirited defense of Black Clover. He's the Black Clover guy on our team.
I do agree that the power system does get better, but there are powers that literally feel like they are pulling them out of their ass. And that's a lot of the more bordering on between Senin and Shonen kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, it almost kind of gets to a gag level of like, I got this power from this grimoire, and I got this power. It almost feels like fairy tale in-game.
What I've always tried to say is, it's not the power itself, but it's how you use it, right? So I think that like a weaker author will think in his head that he has to make really complex powers. So like, oh man, I have mirrors and they fucking reflect shit, and I got them, right? Whereas to me, it's less of the power itself and making that complex, and more of, you can make a simple power, but it's how it's used. Exactly. So let's look at stands, which is, by the way, an honorable mention for one of the top power systems. Okay, so stands from JoJo, right? The powers are never really that complex. It's like, it starts with a simple premise, and then they're used interestingly, okay? So...
Bubbles!
Yeah, well, okay, let's go into like some stuff I've seen, right? So, I just started part 6, Jolene, string. String. Yep. Her powers is string, right? And that sounds like, okay, well, string, right? But then she uses it in a bunch of different ways. She uses it like razor wire to cut off a dude's ear. She can use it to hear people through. Like, she can use it as like a communication. It's all the things you could expect
like the old cannon telephone. Yeah.
So like she uses that. She uses it to tangle things up. So it's like, take a simple concept and then expand on it. And instead of like starting with a complex concept to be all, because I feel like it's just so try hard, like oh, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like that's all. It's really subtle in how it's done. But anyway, we'll move on because we have a lot of other questions here. We're coming, I promise. Zangetsu Black 92 wants that purple drink. Mellow the Human says, what do you like more in a series? A great main character or a great supporting cast? Supporting cast.
Purple drink for you.
Supporting cast. And here's why. Because main character is one character, supporting cast is many. So...
Okay, I kind of disagree. You can have the most awesome main character, and you can have...
Shout out to Tengu, the Jeremy Dooley is here, is what he says.
In joke number 1000.
Go.
I've seen a lot of supporting casts that fall apart near the end, really badly. Code Geass's original run is a prime example of the supporting cast falling apart.
Right, but the hypothetical question is, it's good. Like, in this hypothetical scenario, you're choosing good main character or good supporting cast.
You have a great main character, you can just forget about a lot of the supporting cast to me. Like, look at current Jump state. You know, you have a great character in Emma.
She's kind of fallen apart.
She's fallen apart a little bit, but she's redeemed herself lately. And then you have the supporting cast of 9 million different fucking fuckwads that are generic, you know, nothingness over there. There's no better way to put it. Like, the fucking supporting cast for Promised Neverland is goddamn ass. They need to all be lined up and executed.
And that's the thing, right? Because here's the thing. If Emma was just a boring kid, but then all the supporting cast were interesting, that'd be better. That's all I'm saying.
I'll agree there.
So, here, let me jump in. Because, and the reason I say this is most of my favorite series have average to main characters and amazing supporting cast. Bleach. It's basically the anime.
Sword Art Online.
Yep. So Bleach, anime I started with, right? Ichigo is objectively a shitty main character. He has some good moments in the first arc, but then he just kind of falls apart, right?
Kirito's the same way.
Yeah, and the thing is, though, what kept Bleach alive for me was its really unique power system and fights. And the supporting cast, love Rukia, love Byakuya, love Shinji, love most of the Vizards, love Shunsui, love Ukitake, love,
You just want to fuck Rukia.
She's my waifu, obviously. But yeah, so that's to me why. Okay, Hunter x Hunter, my favorite series of all time. Gon, he's pretty boring until Chimera Ant. Like, Chimera Ant is when Togashi decides to do something different.
And then he does nothing.
Well, I mean, that's his last arc.
Yeah.
Like, he literally loses his powers, and then the main
Yeah, I'm a student now.
He's not even a student. He's like a homeschool student. He's even worse.
He's on that remedial school.
Oh, my eye itches. Oh, let's see here. So that's me. I would prefer. I love good main characters, but like I find that like every series I love is typically like the main characters are right, and then like Luffy too. Luffy's and then the crew is amazing. So like that's how.
So the one mech series you watched is Kogia. So, like you don't.
Yeah,
really...
Lelouch is great. Like,
Lelouch
there are series that have amazing main characters.
Yeah. So do you agree with me? Like the rest of the cast fell apart near the end.
It's been a while, but yeah, they're not as memorable. You're right. I mean, they kind of just like you think of Lelouch when you think of him.
Yeah.
That's like the opposite of One Piece for sure.
Now in the movie recaps, they expand on like Shirley, Colin. They expand on Suzaku because they were leading into a continuation in R3. Which, if you haven't seen it, and once it comes out, go see it because it ties up a lot of the loose threads that were left by the series. And I was actually blown away with like. I thought when they brought back Shirley in the movie trilogy, I'm like, what the fuck are they thinking? Like, her death was such a memorable fucking scene, and it gave motivation to the characters. But they made it work really fucking well.
Interesting.
So that was the one where I'm like, the main character's god tier and everybody else's ass.
Yeah, no, I mean, that exists. But, like, there are the rare exceptions where the main character and the supporting cast is good. So I think my third favorite series of all time, Full Metal Alchemist. Specifically Brotherhood, but let's just go to the manga. Edward Elric, basically my favorite character in that series. I'm trying to think of other series I like that the main character is the best. I'd say Chainsaw Man Denji's up there as one of my favorite characters. Oh, yeah. But yeah, no, I'll move on though because we're getting a lot of questions. Okay, what is your favorite fictional weapon? Mine is the Omnitrix by Smart Karibo.
Okay, the Omnitrix is a fucking great
choice. Great choice.
Yeah. Question to you: have you watched the reboot and what do you think of it?
With Ben 10, I lost interest once he. Okay, here's the thing. I like the original series the best. Alien Force, when he was grown up, it lost a lot of the charm for me because a lot of the charm was the fact that he was a kid, and I thought that it kind of lost a lot of the charm in Alien Force. It was alright, it wasn't as good.
I'll link a video on the archive of this that I think breaks this argument down really well.
I think Ben 10 just progressively gets worse and worse. I'll be honest. It's really good.
Omniverse ruined it for me.
Yeah. Well, because that was the full-on reboot, right?
No, the full-on reboot is just called Ben 10. It's on right now. It's basically in the style of Teen Titans Go, which I'm not a big fan of.
It's easier animation, yeah.
Well, it's easier animation, cheaper, but I'm not a fan of Cal Arts, really.
No one wants to see my fucking legs. I'm going to cover them up. You don't want to see my
You do not want to use that blanket.
Why? Is it cummy?
It might be.
Why is it cummy? Okay.
I'm fucking with you.
It could be cummy. Anyway, here.
I mean...
It's okay. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Just randomly laying around.
If you don't get that joke, ask your parents. Anyway, let's answer the actual question, which is favorite fictional weapon.
I can grab mine.
Oh, is it the Power Rangers?
No.
Oh, okay. He's gonna grab
it. That's one of them.
Something?
Did my fucking headphones just fall?
Okay, just get your fucking... as long...
Like, there's
that won't, like, affect the stream, will it?
No.
Okay.
There's this.
Go, Power Ranger.
But no. I gotta head to the other room real quick.
Okay.
Keep the stream alive.
Well, while he's doing that, I have to think of mine. Let me just turn this. What is mine? Fuck. Favorite fictional weapon. You know, it might be one of the Bleach swords because like I have good memories of the Bleach Zanpakuto. You know, like Sode no Shanayuki from Rukia is really it's just the element.
Oh, you're talking about it too?
Oh shit! Yo, I was gonna say Bleach swords. Oh, Uehara Zanpakuto. Oh, give. give.
It is covered in like a layer and a half of dust, man.
Oh, it is. Now, here's the thing, David. I must test your bleach knowledge. What's the name of this? Zanpakuto? Now, and don't do that because you're blocking the camera.
Oh shit, I am. Let me readjust this really quick. Red. It has been since ITT that I've read Bleach. I'm going to admit that I don't remember half the fucking Zanpakuto's name because I'm not an asshole. But my other one is the Morpher.
Nah, scream. Benahime!
But specifically,
It's
my favorite Morpher is the Master Morpher.
Oh god, I love the little that thing is so cool.
Do you want to know how much of a pain in the ass this thing was to repair?
Oh man, oh god, the dust is intense.
Yeah,
but also Benahime, just to elaborate on his choice here, Benahime is great because it's just like the red blood aesthetic because it's blood and like the moves we see from Benahime are so cool. Like he has like basically a red Getsuga show, but it makes like a screaming. There's like it sounds like a fucking like shitty like dollar store firework you get like But then like my favorite move from Benahime is when he. My bad. Is it okay? If anything broke, I'd replace it.
I don't know if he broke the flash drive that had a bunch of shitty archives on it.
There was nothing important on there.
No, he didn't break the TV remote.
Cool. Anyway, my favorite move from Benahime is when he fucking stabs it in the ground and he makes like a net and then bombs appear on the net and explodes. No, that's a great choice. And then go ahead and explain that.
So the Master Morpher is Tommy's final Morpher, which unfortunately doesn't exist yet.
I'm gonna close the story again so we don't wake up your parents.
Lovely. Somehow, okay, Google got to
Shut up and fucking talk about your weapon.
Basically gives him access to all of his different forms, from Mighty Morphin on down to Turbo and Dino Thunder. But also it has the consequence in the Soul of the Dragon comic book of occasionally breaking down and then having a finite number of uses. So it has consequence to his final, mission essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't have full-on access to everything forever, unlike, a shittily written, story. So Tommy's final mission is saving this fucking son, which actually ties into, I believe it was SPD, and basically making the timeline of the Power Rangers, the continuity really, really tight, which you never would have expected from a series that's basically Adventure of the Week with monsters. So that was something that I never would have expected from a Power Rangers comic, let alone Power Rangers as a whole. It's the Boom comic is what really got me back into Power Rangers because it made it edgy with like the Lord Drakon, which is an evil alternate version of Tommy, to making everything feel refreshed and not tied into like this Y7 rating.
Mm-hmm.
But when they announced like the Master Morpher, they even put it into Dino Charge, which was like the 26th, I think, fucking series of Power Rangers.
I was just making sure that we weren't lagging behind because it was still like having me like with the part where you were on.
Yeah.
But no, I just looked.
Yeah, we've dropped a total of 558 frames, which is pretty good for a midnight stream.
Just making sure. All right, cool. Well, anyway, we have a lot of comments, so I'm gonna move on to a couple more. So after that, then Rukia Peaches, Yodoichi Melons, agreed. Favorite slice of life.
You're going Ichigo 100, aren't you?
Oh, wait a minute. That was actually... I skipped ahead too much. My bad. Good question. Does a weapon in Soul Eater count as a favorite fictional weapon? That's from Mellow the Human. Yeah, I think it would. Do you have one? Oh, good. Yes. When it comes to my favorite...
You talking about this?
Honestly, you know what? I'm going to make a choice. Favorite fictional weapon? Kite's entire deal, like his crystal slots. So like his mace, godly, his scythe, godly.
You have the stick.
Yeah. Probably Kite's scythe. Like something about it's a scythe, but it's got like the crown aesthetic. It's so interesting. Let's see here. People as weapons count, says Zangetsu Black. You're right. Let's see here. What I love most is power interactions, like power types and or elements always excite me. That is Smart Karibo. Yeah, that's a good point. Mm-hmm. Then Zangetsu Black says Rukia's Peaches. Tengu replies with Yodoichi's Melons. Favorite slice of life?
You're going Ichigo 100, aren't you?
No, I'm going Komi. Which I just started 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so you're...
Komi can't communicate. Literally, like, I don't read a lot of slice of life, but that one immediately, just so you know how good it is. Comey Can't Communicate. Started it like 2 weeks ago. Already at chapter 160 out of like 200.
That's impressive as fuck.
It's so fucking good. Just as a quick little thing, it's about a high school girl that has a communication disorder. And so she literally has never made any friends. And like there's just the most wholesome thing in the world happens where they. Like the boy meets her and then like talks to her through writing on the chalkboard and he promises to help her make friends, and then the manga is like their kind of budding romance as well as him trying to make her more friends and help her like get out of her shell and like defeat her disorder. It's fucking wholesome. It's beautiful. It's funny. Favorite slice of life. Comey Can't Communicate. David.
I honestly, I don't really know. Like I don't read a lot of slice of life. I read romance, but not really slice of life in general. So...
romance counts. Choose one of those.
I mean, it's literally right in the background.
Ancient?
Yep.
Okay, let's see here. Zangetsu Black loves Alien Force. Mellow the Human could have any superpower.
Well, I guess it technically, in the tags, it's considered slice of life. I had to check.
Mellow the Human says, could have any superpower, what would it be? Mine's teleportation. Fuck paying car notes and insurance. No, yeah.
I respect the fuck out of that answer, by the way. Absolute mind control. I would have no fucking rent for the rest of my goddamn life. No, technically, I would rather have the Gias. Just obey me.
Then you have a limit, bro.
Obey me. I live here for free from now on, bitch.
Yeah. The Gias would be fun because then, it also limits how corrupt you can truly be because you get one. You got to think about it. Yeah, that'd be fun. No, I hate to copy your answer, but also teleportation because it's just like, think about it, man. I want to go fucking visit the Bahamas. You don't got to fucking deal with anything. Yeah, it'd just be so convenient, like in every aspect. And think about it. I mean, if you can teleport, like a lot of things, like you don't got to pay for gas, you don't got to pay for car insurance, as you said. I don't even think you'd really need a place to live. Like, because here's the thing: if you can teleport, do you really need to like? You really need to like buy a house? I mean, like I could be like, listen, man, with all the money I'm saving on this, that. I'll just pay my parents rent.
I'm stealing Logan Paul's mansion.
There's so many things I could do. Fuck it. But yeah, the teleportation is just objectively the best power for sure.
Think about it for a second though. If you're a procrastinator motherfucker like me, and you could teleport,
I'll be there in 5 minutes, and then just like teleport like a minute before you're gonna be there. That's the best part.
How instantaneous is the teleport? Are we talking instant transmission from Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah. 100%.
Or are we talking, teleport like where you have to like warp there?
No, teleport. I'm talking like 100%. Let's see. How do you feel about fake deaths? If you're talking, that's Mellow, by the way, Mellow the Human. If you're talking about like fake out, or the manga makes you think someone's dead and then they don't die, I'm not a big fan. It's been done okay occasionally, but
Hisoka.
Yeah, very rare. No, like it has to make sense. I don't, as principle, if I was an author, I would never want to do it. But if you're gonna do it, it has to be done well. So like, yeah, Hisoka did it well because it was
technically the Lelouch did it well.
Yep. Hisoka was So like, for example, if the plot, like the characters in the plot are, hold on,
I'm just pausing this so it's not burning.
If the characters in the plot are also being tricked, then that's fine because you can show it to us from the perspective of the character. So like, for example, everyone thought Hisoka was dead, including Kurolo. So that makes it more powerful when he's alive. Kills, well, hold on, spoilers by the way. Kills 2 of the Phantom Troop, and then like, whoa, and then like all of a sudden Kurolo, that's a big deal because he thought he killed him. That's a big, but like on the flip side, the whole Rey thinking like Rey's death in Promised Neverland. Okay, here's the thing with that, right? Emma did not think he died. It would be different if Emma saw the fire and thought he died. But no, we see Emma's perspective. She stopped him from burning himself. Then they left. Then they set the fire. So what all that did was basically the author specifically messed with the The author specifically messed with the framing and skipped ahead to fuck with our perception of what happened, to purposefully clickbait us. That's the difference. Go ahead.
Okay, so 2 things on that. Like I said, Lelouch's was done really well because not only did it give us 10 years of essentially like and fan theorying and was the cart, a funeral procession essentially for Lelouch. only to find out, 10 years later when we do the R3 series, like, not only are we getting these recap movies, they're retelling the series in a different perspective, with not Shirley living in, with Lelouch essentially living where he's on the orange farm with Orange Boy, with Jeremiah. But we also have, like...
I love Orange Boy. I remember
I love that whole fucking running joke. For the rest of the series, Jeremiah is not Jeremiah. He's just Orange Boy.
Yeah, because he fucking mind fucked him. And
Yeah.
That was like.
Do you want me to tell them about Orange? But no, with that whole fucking bit where he's essentially on an orange farm where fucking Jeremiah is cultivating literal oranges.
Oh, I love poetic justice.
I fucking love that. With him being, essentially resurrected. And the spoilers for R3, he's basically in this comatose state where any sign of violence or blood makes him freak out, like PTSD style, until they reawaken him, about midway through the movie. And he's just like, I'm back, bitches.
All right. By the way, we are finally catching up to the chat, so you can start sending questions.
Yeah.
Again.
So
because I did have to close out the app, so I may have lost like 2 or 3 of what you said there. So please do send us whatever you want to send us again right now.
So we had that aspect, where that's done rather well. Not only being a mystique for the fandom, but also the characters surrounding them. Like at the end of the original series, you have Colin retelling like her perspective, essentially to Lelouch, but. Now, with the whole Ray thing, I don't think it's so much the author being shit as it was Shonen Jump being like, no, you can't show a kid killing himself.
But why not?
I think it was like them like, no, this is too far. You aren't fucking Togashi. You can't shit on our desk.
Nah, man, listen, that's some bullshit. Like, I
agree. I agree it's bullshit.
You realize... Any Promised Neverland fans in the house here, do you realize how thematic and beautiful that death was? If that would have gone down in history as one of the best deaths in all time. Because here's the thing. His whole thing was like, you've spent... I'll check. Get out of here. His whole thing was like, you've spent 12 years cultivating me to be the perfect product. And because and remember, it was like ever since he knew this was his plan, he never wanted to escape. He was never trying to escape. His whole thing was like, I'm going to wait till the day before you ship me out. You think I don't have the balls to kill myself? I will. And I'm not only will I kill myself, I'm going to burn myself alive, ruining this product that took 12 years to make. That'd be like if you think of it like wine, right? Like that's something they age it for years, and that's why it's expensive, right? Imagine, like oh, this is the final.
Just wine? Just wine?
Whatever, man. Like they. What do you got?
I got 50-year-old fucking rum over here.
Right. So how much that cost?
No comment.
So okay. Imagine though, like you're in a warehouse full of just like shit that took years to make, and someone's just like, "Yo, Molotov cocktail, bitch!" Like that's basically that was his whole perspective, and he was willing to give his life just as a final fuck you, And then it was all just taken away by the fact that he didn't actually die. That is a shitty fake death. Now, back to the comments here. Hisoka's death. Okay, Mellow the Human says Hisoka's death was done right. Death. But I do not want to see him die again now that he's already, unless it's handled right. No, I agree. And in fact, like most people, I hope like most people, I don't think he's going to die. In fact, I think he's going to succeed in killing at least most of the Phantom Troop. Now, I don't think he's going to straight up genocide all of them, but I do think that by the end of this, most of the Phantom Troop will be dead by his hands. I genuinely think that. And because here's the thing, Hisoka's going to do now, okay, you're a horror movie guy.
Yep.
David. What horror movie villain is known for like secluding his victims at one and picking them off one by one, like separating them from each other? He's gonna do that.
So you could go the classic Jason route where you're like at the summer camp.
Anyone just joining right now, by the way, because we have 11 viewers now, which I love you guys for that, by the way. And if you're just joining, we're just talking, answering any questions you have, just chilling, chatting. So put all your questions in the comments. Go.
You can go the Jason route where you're just summer camp secluding, thirsty teens, and jabbing them with a fucking machete.
Except Hisoka is the thirsty one.
Or you could go more the Scream route where you're Ghostface, fucking killing teenagers. I love shitty.
I thought you were gonna say I love killing teenagers.
No, I definitely have never done.
It's not loaded, right?
It is.
Is it?
And there is one in the chamber.
Is it
I
not-
live in the ghetto.
Is it not safe?
It is safe.
Okay, well, I'll stop touching that.
I
Fucking relax. You. Every time I was gonna hand him his pistol as like a prop. No. I don't want you holding that with one in the chamber.
I'm not holding the trigger.
I'm terrified of guns, like genuinely. Okay. Is there any rule against guns?
There's not. That I know of.
Anyway.
But no, like, you could go the Ghostface route where you're just fucking killing teenagers that way. You know, obeying the rules is my favorite kind of, you know, horror movie. You have a set of rules.
Jigsaw.
Okay, you could go full on the homicidal maniac, where he's, you know, killing horrible people. And you have Chester Bennington getting torn asunder.
Is that what it was in Saw? Like he specifically got douchebags to torment?
Most of the time.
Good for him.
Can we put Trump in one of those?
Oh my god. Can we okay, first of all, that as a movie concept sounds hilarious. Like straight up. Like just get like Alec Baldwin as his Trump to
Okay, so
that just Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live should do that.
So, people that made Scary Movie back in the day, I want a political satire version where we throw all our former leaders into Saw-esque movies.
Obama, George Bush, and Trump just all in a Jigsaw-esque. Oh, please. Throw in Bill Clinton, too.
No. If they do Bill Clinton, it has to involve his penis.
Yeah. You think cheating on your wife is okay. Well, why don't you cut off your dick to free yourself?
But
how will I ever cheat on my wife again?
We blast politicians regardless of their fucking party.
Yeah. Unless they're good. Like Barney Sanders. Anyway, so your thoughts on redubbing Zangetsu Black 92?
Okay, I'll let you start this because I got to take a piss.
Remind me what redubbing means.
Where they redub the series.
Like from the original dub?
From the original. A la Evangelion, and I have a lot to say on this after I take a piss.
Well, it's a horrible time to take a piss. Okay, I'm going to skip that question for now, and then when he comes back, he'll answer that one. Because I have no idea. Do you remember Mighty Bee? That sounds familiar, but no. Remind me what it is in the comments. Hello, Shadow. The name I can't pronounce. Shadow. I'm just gonna call you Shadow19. What's up, bro? How you doing? Hisoka is definitely not Finna Solo. Nah, yeah, you wrong. Listen, you gotta understand. You got. I'll take that bet because here, Hunter x Hunter guy right now. He's not gonna fucking like you're looking at it all wrong. It's not gonna be like, all right, here I am, Hisoka. There's my phone. Here I am. What's up? What's up, fam Droop? What's up, Corolla? I'm just here to solo you all. No, it's not. That's not what's happening, bro. I'm telling you. I think Hisoka's just gonna pick them off, one by one. So if you want to go by like the theory of like the fortune telling, hold on, I'll get back to that question in a second. The fortune telling theory, when you look at the fortunes that were told in York New, a lot of them were predicted to die. One of which was Shizuku, the vacuum cleaner chick, and it was talked about how she would die alone in a room full of treasure. Why are they at the boat right now? To get treasure. So I'm thinking that like that's how you're gonna see Hisoka picking them off. He's gonna like lure them alone. And I could see Shizuku get it, like, oh, well, all right, well, we're trying to find Hisoka, but hey, here's the treasure I want to steal. I'll just go in here with my vacuum then, get it up, and then Hisoka just Batman from like Arkham Asylum Batman down and just snap. Like I'm telling you, like that's the shit's gonna happen.
I love how you touched on that.
Tell me, all right, go ahead on the redubbing.
Okay, so redubbing is done two different ways. The very shitty, poor translation way, Evangelion. Or it's done the very, very good way where we redub the entire, series a la Kogias movies, where they're basically retelling the story. So, and I'd even touch, someone on Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist, I felt like I was going to burp there. Full Metal Alchemist to Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, but it's not really a redubbing as it's,
There's a whole new anime. There's a
whole new anime. Same cast though.
Not all of them. I believe they had to replace Alphonse because the young boy got old.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah. Unlike with Kingdom Hearts, where I think Haley Joel Osment, Sora for the entire fucking series. I could be wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. But that's something I've really, really, really hated. The hate that came out of that though. Like, they don't have any control over the scripts. Like
the Evangelion thing you're talking
about.
Yeah.
That was one that I'm like,
David, it's not gay enough.
It's not even the whole.
I'm messing.
It wasn't even that. It's like we don't have the license to fly me to the moon. So
that does suck though.
That sucks. But I understand it. Like you can't license it over here because you have to deal with that, contract. Like that. That was one of the things that I'm like, no, you don't hate the cast.
Well, for one thing we can always agree on is no matter how bad a redubbing or a rescripting is, it certainly doesn't require a whole internet outrage. You shouldn't be fucking death threatening people over it.
Like, there were certain cast changes in a recent series that I'm not going to touch on that I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, one is more expensive in doing other projects versus the one here. To the point where they ended up redubbing the redub.
Oh boy, that's a
I'm like, really? We're going to cause this much of an outrage on the internet?
I just have to say, okay,
yeah.
Okay. First of all, again, I'm blown away by the fact that there are so many people here and you're so
How
active.
many?
8 right now, but there's really active, and it makes me
I love
happy.
This is why once I get the stream PC built, like I'm going to have a monitor specifically for the fucking chat.
He was building a PC today. The original stream, this was going to be a PC building stream. We just hung out, and he got a default. He got like a faulty part or something.
Yeah,
so
the motherboard was bad.
We're going to be streaming like this.
No.
All right, we're gonna be streaming
I don't
like
want to
this. where we just
replace the
chill
goddamn
and all
thing.
that. Oh, for the love of God. Fair enough. Anyway, back to this though. David, do you remember Mighty B?
I remember Mighty B.
Mighty B was a Nickelodeon show about a Girl Scout, and she had a huge gap in her teeth.
I did not really.
Smart Karibo.
I did not really care for that though.
I hadn't seen it, but I've heard of it. Shadow, hello, how's it going? Shadow 19, how's the chaos?
It's very controlled. I am fueled by bang right now, trying to stay awake.
We can make it less controlled.
Please, God, no more rum. I already feel the fucking drink my friend dared me to drink, and I want to kill myself.
All right. I gotta find it. Okay. Mellow the Human. I think Phaeton, Finks, and obviously Carollo, and most definitely Illumi will give him a challenge. 100%. Oh, and Nobaguna. Yes. So, again, I think you're gonna have some of them that just die all fucking like horror movie, like stab you in the back while you're pissing style. Like,
God.
Again, like there's gonna be a couple that are like that. You gotta remember that this is Togashi, okay? Whenever, like, this isn't Bleach where like every fight is like a 1v1, like, hello, I've seen you from across the distance and I'm now fully preparing to fight. You know what I mean? Like there's gonna be backstabs because Togashi doesn't feel obligated to give you a fair one-on-one fight for every fight. Okay, so Carollo Hisoka, everyone expected a fair one-on-one fight. What was it? It was Carollo preparing for months and months and months and practically cheating to win. Because that's what you do in a fight. So, like, I agree with you. You're going to get a couple full-on fights, right? So, like, Carollo, Hisoka, they may have a rematch. I think Phaeton, for sure, is going to give him a challenge. But you're going to have a couple.
That would be beautiful.
Oh, Phaeton better. Yeah, I know. Phaeton should be beautiful, honestly. But I think you're going to have a couple, too, though, that just, like, instant. You know, like, it's 100%. Like, I mean, bungee gum, wrap around the neck, hang them like a fucking bungee gum noose, man. I'm telling you, it's going to happen.
Oof. I want to see that in the fan art now.
It'll be like slightly bouncy because it's gum. Properties of gum and rubber.
Oh God,
you had me
that is half the fucking comment section for the
Tengu says you had me at killing teenagers. Shadow says you had me at the death. Mellow the Human. It would be a. If you could be a ghost in the Danny Phantom world, what would your ghost abilities be, and what role would you play in that world?
Good night. Ignore what I was saying.
I think he was talking to his waifu. Danny Phantom world, you're a ghost. What's your abilities? What's your role in that world?
Can I just say I don't give a fuck about Danny Phantom?
Heartbroken. No, I love. That's a great cartoon. It's been a long time since
I watched it when it first aired, and I immediately fell out of it.
Here's what I remember about Danny Phantom. Okay, there was a ghost zone and there was a ghost prison in the ghost zone. So I certainly wouldn't want to end up there. So I'd probably be a goody two shoes law abiding ghost. I might chill with the box ghost. He seems cool. Can I be the what else? Box. The envelope ghost. No, I don't know. I so don't remember the fucking rules or lore of Danny Phantom.
So can I just say one thing? Butch Hartman, fuck you for trying to force religion on people.
It wasn't Butch Hartman. That's not his show. He didn't. Oh, did he? Wait,
yeah.
Isn't that his show?
Yeah. Google it, bitch.
Hold on, you might be right. Danny. Oh, you are right. Yep, I forgot. Yep. Again, yeah, of course, that's a dick move, but I mean, the man makes good shows. Just like the guy that wrote what's his fuck. Ender's Game. Ender's Game? It's a game. That's a book, right?
That was a book, yeah.
Yeah, he's homophobic. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like,
So, H.P. Lovecraft was a racist prick.
You don't let... Like, here's the thing,
You
man.
separate art from artist.
Yeah, 100%. So, yeah.
Like, you know, I love the Cthulhu mythos, but like I said, H.P. Lovecraft is a racist fucking prick.
And Cthulhu came down and murdered all the black people.
Oof.
Again, context. It's a joke because the author was racist, according to David. I haven't looked that up myself.
It's well known.
Okay, cool. All
But
right. Anyway, back to this. So yeah, Danny Phantom. It's a good show. I don't really know though. Think Kurapika is gonna die. Kind of. So Togashi once gave an interview, basically stating someone asked him. I believe this was early, like during the Phantom Troop arc. He gave an interview where they were like, "Hey, what's gonna happen with Kurapika and the Phantom Troop? What's gonna happen with their characters?" And he jokingly said, "Yeah, they're all gonna die." and he snickered when he said that, but Togashi, being the mad lad he is,
I can picture it.
like, fuck yeah, they're all gonna die. I can see it. Because here's the thing, right? In this current arc, you have a massive, like, hey, I'm using this power that, like, sucks my life away very quickly. So I would not be surprised in the slightest if Kurapika died, because it's Togashi, and he's a fucking loon in the best way possible.
Here's one for you. Do we have any more comments first?
Yes.
Let's get the comments first.
Okay. Yeah. Favorite Teen Titans character?
Raven.
Starfire. Sorry. Maybe it's because I had a crush on her. Raven is good.
I like big titty gothic girls. Okay.
Goth? You said Gallic.
I said goth. I'm slurring my speech.
Gallic. I can get it up.
I am slurring my speech because I am slightly drunk.
Raven. Oh, they're both so good.
But here's what I'll respect the fuck out.
It's between Raven and Starfire. Right.
I respect the fuck out of the ability.
Oh, that was Shadow, by the way. Sorry.
I respect the fuck out of any series that's able to not only touch on the secluded, fucking life of a character, but I also respect the fuck out of a series that can also not make them a soulless pit of existence.
Talking Raven right now?
Raven.
Yeah, 100%. She is one of the perfect examples of a character that's like ambivalent and all like emo, but like does it well. Right?
Yeah.
Because again, this is something I always, whenever I'm comparing like Sasuke and Kurapika, right? Like they're both characters that have a lot going on and they're really fucking edgy and sad a lot of times, but what the good authors know is that emotions are a spectrum and emotions are a range, and a lot of times the most damaged people are the ones that hide it the most.
Yep.
So you're not gonna have people just outwardly like fuck the world. Like you'll have that, but not as much, right?
You'll never understand my pain. Fuck you, bitch.
Sasuke thought he was in a fucking Shakespeare play his whole life. Sorry, I got. But whenever I come to David's house, I just get itchy because he's got like dust and fucking pet hair and.
Fuck you.
No, it's just, I mean, that's fine, man. I'm just an allergic motherfucker. But,
you also have eczema like a motherfucker.
Yes. But, what was I saying?
I
Yes,
will bring a keys in here and let her roll all over you.
Rub it. But no, Raven, though, you're right. As you're saying, yeah, totally.
Like, she can go from the happiest, like, I'm playing with the My Little Pony knockoffs in Teen Titans Go. In Teen Titans Go. As much as I hate Teen Titans Go, like, that's one thing I love. Like, she has that like, soul still. Like, unlike you have with your Sasuke's or your fucking Riku's and Kingdom Hearts. Oh, God.
But yeah, so what do you think is the deal with Tony's human fruit? Like, what model is it? I'm pretty sure that's Zangetsu Black. I think it's just literally like the human fruit. That's how I understood it. So it's like zone human, right? Whereas Sengoku had the human model Buddha because it was mythical. I'm not too sure. I didn't think there was much more to it than just the fact that it was a human. And then when Oda was asked what would happen if a human ate it, they said they'd become more enlightened, which ended up being the Buddha. So I think it's just the human fruit. Honestly, I don't think there's much more to it than that. Let's see here. Might be, okay. Oh yeah, definitely agree that Hisoka's going to kill them off serial killer style. I was just noting that he's not soloing them all. Mellow the Human. Yeah, it's tough. Like, I just don't see Hisoka dying. Like, I really don't see Togashi going through the whole, like, killing
the fake
killing him, and then not. I think it's his. I think he's gonna win now. I really do. Now, that doesn't mean all of them have to die. Like, he could kill half of them, and then the Phantom Troop could realize, okay, I guess we can't deal with this psycho. Let's fucking bail. I don't know. Who knows?
Psycho murder clown.
Okay. Oh, best question. Favorite villain from Zangetsu Black?
Favorite villain.
You first, unless you can't think of it.
I honestly, this is one that you'll probably not expect. but I am a huge Joker fan.
Mm.
So
Let's see if you had any Joker merch.
I have the little wooden Joker over there, and I have the one from The Killing Joke way over there. That motherfucker took me forever to chase down.
Alright, talk about Joker, David.
So, the Joker is a character that's went through so many different iterations, but the one that actually made me fall in love with the Joker is The Killing Joke.
I've heard a lot about that.
So, like, I got this little fucker here from The Killing Joke Collector's Edition Blu-ray. I have literally sitting over here like The Killing Joke Blu-ray on the shelf because that's one of my favorite fucking comics of all time. I also love the Arkham Asylum shit, but The Killing Joke, where the Joker literally breaks Commissioner Gordon by killing Barbara, is probably the most beautiful comic I've ever seen. From him going through the whole backstory to this, just showing up in a casual fucking Hawaiian shirt and just.
So what do you like on a deep ideological, like breaking him down kind of character
Like,
wise?
you see Commissioner Gordon and his
just Joker in general, or is it just this Joker?
This Joker's my favorite because
he
is able to psychologically break the most hardened police detective out there.
And what's his like mentality? Like what drives him? Like
Just,
when you think about like what made him the way he is.
Well, he's psychotic from dealing with all the fucking trauma, like falling through the chemical vats and all that shit, to where it breaks him. But the wanting to get Batman to fucking break down too by crushing everybody around him.
Because he's just like a true believer in chaos, right?
Pretty much.
So like, does he just kind of like that's a hard word. Ideologically disagree with Batman on like every level in terms of like
they're basically the different sides of the same coin, really. Like, you can't have pure good without having pure evil. You can't have pure, yin
yang.
Yeah, it's a yin and yang thing. Like, but watching him break Commissioner Gordon down by destroying everything around him to where he's in his underwear and the fucking
I love
the
mental
cage
breakdowns, man.
There's like
try to keep your head a little back there.
just rocking in the fucking the fake like dog pound cell inside the fucking theme park was just so beautiful.
Good, man.
That
I gotta read that. Do you have that comic?
It's up there on one of those shelves or in that box.
Is it just in one book?
Yeah, it's in one of those over there.
I might borrow it, honestly.
It's my favorite Joker story of all time.
All right, favorite villain for me. So one of them is Yoshihage Kira from JoJo Part 4. It's just very good. What?
I'm like, after seeing you cosplay Kira, dyeing your hair blonde.
I dyed my hair blonde for this man. Faced ridicule.
Blonde boys.
We're just blonde boys doing what blonde boys do.
Oh.
If you want a funny skit, look up Blonde Boys by Syndigo. Oh my god. Anyway, but
you playing that to the Gorillaz concert made me want to rip my head off.
But so Yoshihide Kira, he just has this really fascinating mentality of like, his whole thing is I don't want to be found, right? But he's caught in this like, his favorite thing of all time is like a peaceful night's sleep, being able to like one of my favorite quotes from him is like, my favorite thing in the world is just to be able to go home, take a nice nap, not have to worry about stuff, and if I don't kill you, then I won't be able to have a nice nap because I'll be thinking about it all night. It's just so the way he's just he's dehumanized like murder so much to the point where he's just like, well, but like that's the thing, right? He has this OCD tick where like he has to cut off these hands.
Oh yeah.
Right? And he's got a genuine hand fetish that he can't control, and so he's murdering. But he's also at the point where he's like, oh, but I can't be found out because then I won't be able to just kind of like go to a picnic and sit in the park and enjoy this sandwich. And one of my favorite moments that really hooked me was when he deployed his little tank part of his stand, Sheer Heart Attack. And it's just trying to do the shit where he's like a mile away just like sipping tea at a sandwich shop, chilling. And again, his worst day ever, his worst fear is being a spectacle. He wants the opposite of what like a rock star wants. He wants no one to notice him. He wants to slip through life unnoticed. He does not want the hassle. To the point where when you learn about his childhood, he's purposefully got third place trophies. He purposefully stood in the background of images. Like, he did everything to not stand out. So during that part with Sheer Heart Attack, which is my favorite part of JoJo Part 4, where like he's walking through the town as like his hands getting heavier because Koichi made Sheer Heart Attack heavier, and he's like making a fool out of himself, and he's literally just like, I can't believe you made me fucking embarrass myself, because he cares about his appearance and his standard and like, what's up?
So here's a blast from the past. Drew from Social Gamer Pad just followed us on Twitch.
Hi, Drew. How's it going? He was the cool one, right?
No, Ben was the really, really cool one.
He just said no! He might be watching!
Drew, I love you, man, but the one thing that
Second best in coolness.
Second best.
That's so mean.
Only because Ben actually helped me with a lot of shit on this here. Well,
anyway. Yes,
with if you grab from that stack on top of We Happy Few, I have 2 codes to give away now.
Oh shit! Right.
Thanks to Ben.
About that. What are they? Where are they at?
On top of We Happy Few, second shelf.
This?
Yep, there's a stack of them.
This?
Yep.
Did I get them all? Okay.
Yep.
What are they codes for? I totally forgot.
There's a bunch of Xbox games that I still had.
How do we figure out? Okay, how are we deciding who?
So
I list them and fucking fight over them.
You can type that first one in there. In the comments there.
Or you can just say them.
Okay.
What is it actually?
Because
again, I totally forgot about this. David genuinely does have shit to give you guys.
So Ben sent me a game for my birthday last year, and that's why I was
and
picking up.
These work, because if these don't work, you're gonna come off as an asshole.
No, they work because this was a brand new game. It was sealed when I got it.
Go ahead, yeah, just say it slowly, and then you guys can. Whoever wants to go and try to get that, I suppose.
So it was a copy of Gears of War was the first one. CXN 8D DHFWB 3J 8JP TCHHM 3.
Okay, that is really long.
4. That's why I said.
All right, new plan. We're gonna put these in our Discord. So if you want to join our Discord, it's in our channel art on YouTube. Yep. Okay. So we'll take pictures of these, put them on YouTube, and whoever gets to do them first can have them. Okay. So look for that after the stream. Jesus, that's not how long those are.
They're Xbox codes, man. Of course they're fucking long.
Okay, back to this though.
I wanted to say one other thing because
we have a lot of comments. So just
World Trigger is back. 2 chapters just launched.
Oh shit!
That's awesome. I just got the notification from that. And we have Mystical Icepool following us on Twitch as well. So yeah, we got a lot of shit.
Love you guys, seriously. All right, back to this though. Many comments. Favorite. Okay, yeah. What do you expect to see from Jing, Pariston, and beyond? Mellow the Human. So, Pariston is interesting because he's being set up to kind of like have a rivalry with Jing, in the sense that like.
I'm gonna take the pictures while you're talking.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. So those are gonna be in our Discord. Go to our channel art Discord, right? So with Jing, and Pariston. Pariston's whole thing is we learned in like the early chapters of this new arc here that his thing, he loves to be hated. He's like he loves making people hate him. He's like the ultimate internet troll, except of real life. The way he described this was most people feel happiness when they're loved and give love. I'm the opposite. I just love spreading hate. And I love it when people hate me. But then for the first time in his life, he's now hating someone, and that's Jing. So there's going to be an interesting thing where Jing and him are probably going to be in the Dark Continent. I don't know how much of a role they're going to play in this current arc, because this seems to be mostly focused on Kurapika, Phantom Troop Hisoka, and the princes. Whereas I almost feel like Jing and Pariston are going to be more central in the Dark Continent itself. I'm not too sure. Other than basically, I just know Pariston is going to be a big deal in the Dark Continent. I'm not too sure how much of a role he'll play here, but if he does play a role, it'll probably be like information gathering, helping them out with strategy, because I know that is kind of his big thing. So yeah. Venom or Carnage, David? Venom or Carnage?
Venom or Carnage.
That's Axeman Drew. Hello, Drew.
Hey, Drew.
The last one was Mel the Human, if I didn't say that.
Venom, actually.
Yeah, Venom.
Like, I love Carnage because he's just...
I know I'm not a huge Marvel DC comic guy, so this is all David.
Carnage is just straight up psychotic. Whereas Venom has more of a reserve to where he can be kind of neutral and have this whole character arc. Whereas Carnage is just, I want to murder everything in fucking existence.
Yay. Well, how fun.
And with that mentality, he really doesn't have a lot of character.
That's fair. That's a totally fair answer. Tengu says, the only difference between Sasuke, Kurapika is that Sasuke is shit, while Kurapika is cool. Well, there's deeper ways to put that, but sure.
I mean, if you look up, you can see, well, you can't really see it, but I have a Sasuke figure sitting up there.
Sasuke is a guilty pleasure of mine.
And I also have a statue from Lewd Anime
Mellow
over
the
there.
Human. Do you think Kite will return since he's a Chimera Ant? Now, before you even finish that comment, trust me, I want that badly because he's a Chimera Ant rat girl now. So Kite is now a adorable ginger red-haired rat girl who. And here's the thing, man. Like, first of all, we didn't see all of Kite's crazy slots, so it's like, think about all of the fucking different weapons. So I need
now he's not only in the Hunter x Hunter Reddit, he's in the furry Reddit too.
Oh yeah, but barely though. It's literally just a rat tail, and I'm pretty sure he like tucks it in to like not be seen, honestly. But yeah,
There's a fucking kink out there for that.
Rat tails, nah. But no, I would definitely.
Don't you dare kink shame anybody.
Kite coming back would be fascinating because he's also got a different personality. It seems like his personality got shifted as well in the change. So his different personality. I assume his Nen would be altered by the Chimera Ant rebirth process. I'm not sure if he'd be stronger. I would hope he'd be stronger from that, even though he was born the premature twin to marrow him, of course. And then, of course, seeing the rest of his crazy slots. So, yeah, I think that'd be awesome, and I definitely want that to happen. Let's see what else he said here. A lot of potential since he was born from the queen's womb and not like an egg. Yeah, he is Merowym's twin. She, I guess, now. So, yeah, I certainly hope he comes back, for sure. Shadow, you ain't wrong. Not sure what you were saying that for, but yes. Favorite characters in general from Shadow. All right, now how about 3 favorite characters of all time?
I feel like we've done this.
And welcome to being a YouTuber. You think everyone's going to watch our backlog?
Oh, I know.
I'll start. Killua is my favorite character from anything of all time. Killua Zoldak. Yoshihaga Kira is probably my top 3. And, gotta just search through my brain right now. Ooh. Third, it might be difficult. I just know that Kira is my favorite villain of all time. And Killua is my favorite protagonist. Character from anything.
I can do my first 2 real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Lelouch is my favorite character. Now, the second one is one that not a lot of people will know, but Sterling motherfucking Archer. From Archer.
Who's no Archer? I don't watch it, but even I know Archer.
It's a fucking cable TV show. How many people have cable anymore?
Yeah, but I mean, like, you can see it. You can find it on the internet. I'm sure it's on Netflix.
But yeah, I absolutely love Archer. I have not been a fan of the whole dream sequence shit. Now that they're getting out of it for the next season, I am super stoked for that shit. Because now we're not only back to Archer being Archer, but also Archer being somewhat crippled from what I've been reading from the Comic-Con shit.
Oh, shit.
So, not his badass, I can do everything spy self.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I don't know much about the show, but I've heard it's good. I'm trying to think if I can think of any other of my favorite, like, just listing in general some of my favorite characters. I'm really a big fan of Rukia. Really big fan of Comey from Comey Can't Communicate. Really big fan, let's see, I'm trying to think of just like favorite characters from every series right now. Edward Elric's up there.
Or Shred.
What?
You can't think of a third character?
Fuck is that voice? I don't know, not like
I'm just looking at Goofy back there behind you.
The first 2 are definitive. Like, my favorite 2 characters probably from anything are Yoshihaga Kira and Killua, but other than that, I'm not too sure. Killua resonated with me on a level of, like, you know how you hear people say, like, oh, my son, like in the fiction.
He's your son.
He is, like, the closest to, like, my son. Come, hug, please. Everything about him I love to death.
I absolutely, from a web series perspective, I absolutely love Leonard Church from Red vs. Blue. I love Ruby from Ruby, obviously. I love C2 from Code Geass as well. Lock-on Stratus from Gundam 00 is one of my favorite, lesser-known characters. Because that was one of my... I watched Gundam Wing as an edgy teen, and I got the edgy McEdgerton fucking Gundam series. And then I watched, because there was a time in my history where anime was on the Sci-Fi Channel for some fucking reason.
I do remember this.
And I watched Gundam 00 because I'm like, oh, I remember Gundam from when it was on Toonami before they canned Toonami. And then they brought it back. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, going off of the Weeby into like other shows, Walter White is probably up there for me.
Oh God,
he was a phenomenal character with a phenomenal character arc. Yeah, I mean, it's very tough, man. I'm sure I'm missing some, but like,
Negan from Walking Dead.
I hadn't watched a lot of Walking Dead.
I read the
another character with a Gen at the end. Reagan from Mob Psycho is up there.
Weren't you and Thurman doing?
Yeah, we are. Me and Thurman are cosplaying. We're doing a group cosplay on our upcoming con. So look for like November of this year. He's gonna be Mob and I'm gonna be Reagan.
He's gonna be Black Mob.
Black Mob.
I can't wait to see that because not only
he's
did
gotta have his like blank expression. Like,
it's Thurman. He's not gonna not have his tongue out like.
Yeah, no, but I'm gonna tell him to control his goddamn self as Mob.
Can you just cut his tongue out?
Oh, that's fucked up. All right, let's see here. So
I would say flame like Ramsey Bolton victim, but I think that's illegal.
Mello also Yoshai here as one of their favorites. Zangetsu Black, your thoughts on Big Mom? I don't know, man. Like, first of all, I haven't read this week's One Piece chapter yet. I'm reading it probably tonight or tomorrow. I did hear that I think she makes an appearance in this one. Just from like the thumbnails and shit. But I mean, I think that people overblow a little bit like how disappointed they are with her because like casual ass Elbath spears, fucking chase like she took more damage than like any other fucking One Piece villain still going.
I'm gonna check the Discord real quick while you're. Okay, nothing else.
When it comes to current stuff, like, yeah, she's being used as a bit of a plot device, but like it doesn't bother me as much as other people. I think because like to me, I know Oda's not gonna just like. Here's the thing, right? Every character's got to have a weakness, right? And instead of in other stuff, the weakness is like the giant glowing crystal in the eye, Legend of Zelda style. But with Oda, the weaknesses are always their personality, which tends to mimic reality. Okay, so like, what is the best way to defeat someone if not in a fight, but like, let's say in like an office dispute? You're gonna find out their personality and fucking twist that metaphorical knife, fuck with them mentally. So like,
or you just blackmail them.
Yeah, but that would also help to know their personality. So what I'm saying though is,
Not that I've ever done that.
Yeah, Big Mom, her thing is, Big Mom's thing is that she has that like repressed childlike mentality that comes up every once in a while, as well as her hunger pangs. You can use that against her. With Kaido, he's a drunk. You can use that against him. And that tends to be what happens with One Piece villains. You find their personality trait, and like a lot of times that. And I have no problem with that personally. So yeah, that's me.
Yep.
Hold on. The Batman Who Laughed is my favorite. Smart Karibo says.
Okay, respect the fuck out of that answer.
Tengu, PlayStation for life. I'm not sure where that came up. Smart Karibo, Nintendo all day. Tengu, Nintendo and PlayStation. Zangetsu Black.
I think because I have Xbox codes.
Yeah. Zangetsu Black, PC for now. Play what you want. Zangetsu Black, favorite character from Fate if watch it. Not a big fan of Fate myself. How about you?
Meh.
Well, there you go.
Saber, waifu, for waifu. But I'm not the biggest fan either. So I've dabbled in it. I've watched a lot of it, but it's just.
Tengu's favorite character in general is Kirishima from My Hero Academia, Raven from Tales of Vesperia, and Crow from Ruby. But will he still be your favorite with a different voice actor? I'm just fucking around.
I honestly
edgy controversy for every
I'm honestly curious how well the new voice actor will do.
Me too.
Because I'm welcome them with open arms, and also realize that because it's the Ruby fandom, it's going to be met with nothing.
There's gonna be a lot of bullshit in either direction. I really don't care enough, and I don't even want to get into it honestly.
You know damn good and well that Hero High is going to milk the fuck out of it because Hero High milks the fuck out of it.
There's a YouTuber who's like, here's update number 37 on the Vic case.
Every time I see a Vic video anymore, I inch closer to fucking death. And I'm already very close to that at this point.
Okay.
Or anything Rooster Teeth in general, controversy-wise. Like, the raising of prices, I'll milk into a 15-minute video for ad revenue.
Everyone's got to find their lane. Okay, Mello, and I really appreciate what Mello's doing, because they're just keeping a Hunter x Hunter train going, and I appreciate it. You think Gyro will return? Some people say he might be a future antagonist. Well, okay, so in the manga, obviously, there was the narrator box line that said one day that Gon and Gyro would meet. Some people look at this as a missed plot point from Togashi that he just slipped his mind. Some people look at this as what you said there. I certainly hope he'll come back, because I think that it's weird, the fact that the way they introduced him, he really had almost no significance in the Chimera Ant arc. So if he's not coming back in the future, it would really be pointless to have introduced him. So I expect him, assuming the series ever finishes, I expect him to show up at some point. Maybe in the Dark Continent, maybe in an arc after the Dark Continent, if we ever get that far. But yes, I do expect him to show up again, and I certainly hope he does. Because there's a lot of build-up to him. Thoughts on the Carollo versus Zeno and Silva, and if they fought one... Okay, that fight's amazing, and it's a perfect setup to how powerful Carollo really is. In fact, in retrospect, I think it was foreshadowed incredibly well that Carollo would stomp Hisoka, because if you think about it, they needed 2 Zoldycks to even have a chance to kill him. And even with 2 Zoldycks, Zeno felt the need to hold him down and have his son shoot through him, killing him to kill him. He was literally going to lay down his life to kill Carollo. That's how much even with 2 Zoldycks, they couldn't kill him without dirty tactics. And then, of course, there's the part where Carollo trollingly says, like, hey, who would have won in a 1v1? And then he's like, first what he says is, me, obviously, but that's assuming that you stop fucking around. You know what I mean? So basically, like, right. Calling him out, like, yeah, you weren't even trying. You weren't fully trying. You were delaying. And because, he had that whole plan with getting Illumi to assassinate the Dons. But, like, he wasn't even trying against 2 Zoldycks. I mean, he got a little sweaty, but, like, nothing serious. So, no, Carollo's a fucking badass. Probably, like, top 5 in the verse, at least. So... Yeah, I think that Carollo is up there because again, I think they could have killed him but they needed 2v1 and dirty tactics to do it. So yeah, anyway, go ahead.
So, with Genlock premiering on Tsunami tonight, and the whole shifting for Rooster Teeth into like broader media here, do you think we're ever going to see a time where Ruby hits Adult Swim?
I would love that. It should, because it's a fucking phenomenal show. I wonder if they have like what their standards are. Like if early seasons of Ruby like looks too much like something. You know what I mean? Like because early seasons of Ruby has like the wacky ass like video game like PS1 video game cutscene situation.
So here's something. I don't know how many in the stream actually watched Red vs. Blue back in the day. But on the El Rey network, which is a lesser...
We do have more comments, by the way, so...
Yeah, a lesser distributed TV channel. But they did air Red vs. Blue. Mm-hmm. But they edited the swear words out, obviously, because every other word out of Church's mouth is fuck. And you also had, like, the shorter episodes, like, stitched together to fit, like, a time slot. Mm. So I wonder if they would do that with like.
I'd love it. I'd love to see that.
Because in a lot of those early episodes of Ruby, like they were
5 minutes. Yeah.
So
that'd be cool as fuck for sure.
Yeah, or maybe they would do the whole like DVD length like movie like they would do with the Gundam movies or like. Yeah,
like Netflix just stitched all of them together into like 2 hours.
Yeah, like the whole DVD release was just ripped onto the fucking website.
Basically. So. Okay. Thoughts on Hawks and Best Genus scenario? Oh god, yeah, I gotta remember. What? I need to go back. I do remember something was happening. Oh, there goes my phone. What was happening?
Don't worry, it's already fucked.
It's fine. I don't know, man. Like Hawks is interesting because he's like a double, triple, quadruple agent. Unfortunately, I'll be honest. I'm having a brain fart, not fully remembering what was happening with them. I do remember that he like seemingly like. Came in and it looked like he was gonna either off him or like I'm sorry I had to do this or something like that, right? I still think that like I think Horikoshi is trying to make us think that he's really a bad guy, but I do think at the end of the day he's because if I remember correctly, what we learned about him was that he is kind of doing the ends justify the means situation where he's like working for the government and they're like, get in close with the
kind of like Makima right now.
Yeah. Get in close with the League of Villains, even if people have to die from your actions, do it because in the long run it'll save more. I think that's what he's doing, honestly. And if he did do something bad to Best Genus, it was probably under the context of like, even if I'm killing you, it'll save more or something. You know what I mean? Because if I'm remembering correctly, it was that the League of Villains wanted him to prove himself, take out one of them, or whatever. So I'm assuming 2 possibilities. One, it's a troll, and he's gonna like make it look like he killed him when really he didn't. Or if they want to go darker with it, he really killed him, but he still has good intentions. He's just going really far with it. So I think Genus is just off the radar somewhere. Yeah. He could just be disappear and then get like a body double. I'm sure there's someone that has a quirk that could do that. That's both the Metal of the Human, by the way. Smart Karibo. My favorite are Toph from Avatar, brilliant choice. Boruto, strange choice. And Buttercup from Powerpuff Girls, another brilliant choice. I do love Buttercup a lot. In fact, my Facebook cover photo was Buttercup for a long time. I love her to death.
Boruto, I can see why.
Toph is another good choice.
I can see why,
I'm turning this fan back on.
Yeah.
Too much talking. Continue.
Boruto does develop more past the bland slate we get at the beginning. But it being a monthly series, being a monthly series, like, you don't get a whole lot of development. Did you just knock your laptop?
Shut up and talk about Boruto.
You don't get a lot of development very fast, and with the fucking anime, my god, I thought Naruto's filler was bad, but because it's a fucking monthly series, there's more filler per capita than a fucking Naruto arc.
It's like Dragon Ball Super, right?
It essentially, not even...
The Dragon Ball Super just went past the manga, right?
No, the manga is going past the anime, because they ended it at the fucking...
But for a while, the anime
They filled in, like, Resurrection F and Battle of the Gods, okay, we get that, but no. Boruto's filler is horrendous. I'm sorry. I love the verse, because I grew up with Naruto, but... let it catch up, my god. Just stop. We don't need 30 fucking filler arcs per one canon arc. There was already a Naruto Gaiden or Kai, but...
No, it's being milked for sure. Like Dragon Ball Z, like Star Wars, it's being milked. That was Smart Karibo. Shadow 19. Favorite theories? I guess just in general.
I could troll the fuck out of this comment.
Do it.
So
unless it's racist or something.
No. The theory that you and Red, I am drunk as fuck. Okay, kill me. You and Thurman are lovers. No, seriously, my favorite theory right now is surrounding the Code Geass fandom, because we got a 10-year plan, kind of like we had with Dragon Ball near the anniversary. Like, we're going to milk the fuck out of this. So the theory is we're getting a full series now that we had the movie. But the question is, how long is Goro going to actually take to make it? So, because we had Revisions, his newer anime hit fucking Netflix not that long ago, right around the same time as the movie came out. So we could have that. And my other favorite theory right now is fucking one that we kind of bullshitted. Like, with the whole Chainsaw Man, Makima shit, like, the whole, like, being able to crush, like, organs.
Yeah. Her power is just to crush shit,
Yeah. I love that idea, though, like, the power to just, snap certain organs, while we already know her power is, like, to crush somebody.
Well, one of them, at least.
Yeah. But how many more powers do we have?
Like, theories for me.
I got an answer for this.
Yeah, no problem. Can you turn your chair so it's not blocking, please?
Yep.
So theory for me. I think back to the Hunter x Hunter theory. That basically, and I don't know how widely known this is, but I've discussed it before. That basically, Gon still needs to fight Hisoka, obviously, because that was set up, right? And like, I'm torn because Gon, he lost his Nen, and I don't necessarily want that to just come back, because then it's like, you know what I mean? It's cheapening it, right? So what I've kind of thought is this, okay? In the Dark Continent, there's probably a way to get his Nen back, right? Because think about it, and some might say, oh, well, Nanika could get his Nen back. Nanika's from the Dark Continent, so point continued to be proven. The whole point of the Dark Continent is there's shit in the Dark Continent that breaks the rules of reality. It just, like, it doesn't have to make sense, right? It just goes beyond the rules that they understand. So in the Dark Continent, I think that he could get his Nen back there. Now, I don't think that Gon wants to. I think that Gon has learned his lesson, and he's kind of like, okay, I don't get the vibe that Gon is necessarily like, I want to get my Nen back. I think he's just living his life. He found his dad, he's living his life. The theory that I'm thinking of is that Hisoka, after he deals with the Phantom Troop, he's like, all right, time to fight Gon, and he goes to fucking Whale Island, getting ready to fight Gon, and he has another one of those, like, oh, you lost your Nen too, and that whole, like, moment where, like, Corolla didn't have his Nen, does the face, but, more bloodthirsty, murderous Hisoka hears that he lost his Nen, and Hisoka goes, oh, okay, well, you're coming with me to get it back. And Gon refuses, and he says, oh, okay, well, that's fine. I'll just kill everyone you love on this island. That's the current theory I'm liking a lot currently right now, is that Hisoka just gets, like, super mad at Gon because he doesn't have Nen and forces him to get Nen back just to fight him. I like that theory, that for like, a post, like, kind of like an epilogue of the series type thing, because that was foreshadowed, a fight with, Hisoka and Gon, and yeah, so that's my favorite theory currently.
How many more comments we got?
Many. Why are you?
No, I'm just because I can't see the chat while we're streaming.
Maybe like a page and a half.
Nice.
So yeah.
Viewer count?
What?
Viewer count?
9.
Awesome.
Do you watch The Venture Brothers? If so, thoughts in season 7?
I have not seen season 7. It's in my queue on Hulu.
I haven't seen it. Crow will still be my favorite with Jason, so you can see how far back we are. But that's okay, we're getting there. Keep leaving them, I love it. We'll probably stream for another half hour, sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Awesome. Okay, ever read Sunku Rock, the guy who drew Dr. Stone manga made it? I haven't. No. I'll look into it, though, for sure. That's Zanku Black. And Tengu was the one about the Crow comment. Tengu, Sunku Rock is amazing. Awesome. Sunken Rock.
Sunken Rock is old school, man.
Really? Are you thinking of the same thing? Dr. Stone guy? David might be wrong. He's wrong on a lot of things.
Like, that was like mid-final Jump era, wasn't it?
Maybe.
Comments?
Let us know.
Like, that was close to when Jump was ending his print.
Shadow, anyone got good manga recommendations? I'll list a couple, and then David might have more. Let's see here. I'm trying to think of like niche shit. If you like slice of life, Komi can't understand, or Komi can't communicate. That's what it's called. Komi can't communicate. That's Komi. Obviously you got your Bleach, Naruto, One Piece, Hunter x Hunter, Yu Yu Hakusho. Full Metal Alchemist if you haven't seen any of those somehow. I hear World Trigger's good.
World Trigger is phenomenal.
World Trigger. What about what's it called? Gurren Lagann if you haven't seen that. Cowboy Bebop if you haven't seen that.
Anime wise, yeah, the manga is basically straight adaptation. So either way, you're good.
Dr. Stone if you haven't read that.
Obviously, I'm going Dick Ride, Ancient Mage's Bride. Noragami, I'm going Dick Ride into Oblivion. Kill la Kill's manga.
Oh, Noragami is phenomenal. Yeah.
Kill la Kill's manga is fucking phenomenal as well. It's not edited down like the fucking anime. I absolutely love Nora, Nora.
Yes.
Last Chronicle of Devildom. That's a late Jump as well.
Really wish you had a closer outlet.
I know. My room sucks ass. I love me fucking Seven Deadly Sins, even though I absolutely despise how long they're milking the finale. Like, it was a phenomenal series in the beginning, but it needs to end. They've had plenty of time to end it naturally as well. Fight me. There's a K-On, or Cone.
Oh, I've heard of that. When I was a Bleach fan, I kept getting confused. It was like Cone.
Yeah. There's... I don't know. Letter B. Tagami Bachi.
I've heard of it.
Another good one. That was one I read way back when I still had Shonen Jump print. I miss print Shonen Jump, man.
Yeah, but that's why I get the volumes. It reminds me of it.
It reminds me of it, but I love the fucking articles in it as well.
You don't have an outlet over here, like seriously?
No, I don't.
Dumb.
I can't do this.
Do it. Oh.
Don't let me forget to give you your power brick back. I don't need another fucking Apple power brick.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
You're plugged into my PlayStation.
That's great. Alright, anyway. Okay, how about if you could match up any two characters against each other, what would it be? Perfect versus match. We've done a lot of them on the channel. If you don't know, we have a versus battle series. We update it whenever we can because it takes a lot of work. But yeah, we've done things like...
Adam fucking Jensen and a Revenant from Doom.
Sure, whatever he said. You got your classic Kenpachi Zoro, which I love. By the way, I'm gonna list a bunch that we've done on the channel. Seriously, look for our, hold on. We have a playlist of them. Look for them on the YouTube channel. I'm proud of those videos because
you only sank like 16 hours of work in each one of them.
Each one of them has hours of editing. Hiccup. So yeah, we did like Yoshiaki Akira versus Genthru from Hunter x Hunter.
I forgot that was one on there.
Yeah, that's one. We did Netero versus what was the old lady mentor from Yu Yu Hakusho? Genkai. So like, you know, so a lot of those are really fun. Trying to think. I always try to think like, okay, who has similar powers, and then where do we go from there? Do you have any?
Not really. That's one thing I've never was really good at until we started steamrolling them. I would love to do. There was one that was done on Death Battle of the Megazord and Voltron. And that got me thinking like the Paladins of Voltron versus the Power Rangers. I would love to do Mighty Morphin Power Rangers versus the Paladins of Voltron.
That would be cool. That would be really cool. Because
now with
Megazord and Voltron.
Now with the comics, we got so many more feats.
That would be. Oh god, we could do that. We should do that. That could be a death battle you could be a part of. I get to nerd out about Power Rangers. That would be awesome, actually. I love shit like that. Like, I'm trying to think of other characters I like. Like, I think of things like, I'm trying to think. I just noticed one of my dragon daggers sticking out between my Kingdom Hearts. One of my favorite ones I always think of is, because I saw someone talking about it once. It was Killer Bee from Naruto versus Byakuya from Bleach. Obviously, yeah, I think Byakuya might stop there with his razors, but at least, a lot of fucking... As long as you get Thermidor rap for Killer Bee. There was Gin from Bleach versus Itachi from Naruto. I'd like to see Chainsaw Man, Denji fight a lot of people. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna do more. Like I said, I want to see if Drew's still in there. I want somebody for Scarlet Spider to go against. The best Chaos battle was Spider-Ham versus Hawk. Oh God! Can somebody? That didn't happen. I think you're trolling. Who was that? Tengu. Tengu, fuck you. Anyway, your best answer to that question, if you want to know battles we love and we actually talk about for minutes, if not hours, go to the Chaos Battle playlist on our channel. We have like 12 of them, I think, where I edit all of them. So yeah. Can somebody discard Tyler for that comment? No. You are canceled. You are now part of Trolling is allowed. You are now part of cancel culture for that comment. Response to you for the Boruto thing. Smart Karibo says, I love the Boruto anime, plus they did confirm it's all canon, but I understand. Ew. Shadow19 says, I commend you for putting up with Boruto. I stopped at 100 episods. That's still quite a while. I didn't even know it's at 100? Jesus. I told you they're milking it. I'm still hyped for Saturday morning. And then, what is that name? Kit Falbo, Made in Abyss, One Punch Man's webcomics. I think they were giving recommendations. Made in fucking Abyss. I want that movie in the local theaters. They have another movie coming out, and it's not showing here. Finally catching up. Even though they aired not only fucking Code Geass, they aired fucking Ordinal Scale, man. But they won't air the Made in Abyss movie. Because it's too fucking dark. Wow. Well, not even like Phantom Events or whatever? No, Phantom Events is who's hosting it, but it's not hosting anywhere around here. The nearest fucking theater is goddamn Detroit, and my white ass is not going back to Detroit. I was just there. My white ass is not going back to Detroit, because I nearly got shot last time I was there. Detroit! We're not Detroit! Alright. Do you think Prime Netero could beat Meruem? Mello the Human. Well, I don't know, man. Like, I guess what you have to think about is, do you think Prime Gon was stronger than Prime Netero, right? So, Prime Gon was basically confirmed by Neferupitu. Neferupitu assumed that Prime Gon, and by Prime Gon I mean like long hair, evil, crazy, wacko Gon, because that was him at his prime. He could beat the king, according to Neferupitu. So... Do you want me to privatize the streaming video? No, we're still streaming. Okay. I'm shocked that it's got 26 views, by the way. Yeah. Why would you ask that? We're still streaming. Usually, once we're almost done streaming, we'll... No, I'll do it when we're actually done streaming. You didn't do it, did you? No, I haven't yet. What a weird question. I'm sorry, I'm just thrown back by the dumbness of that question. That's like... I will throw that Arby's cup at you. That'd be like, that's like, okay, there's a fucking floor and it's wet, and you just walked up and you're like, I'm gonna take away that wet floor sign, and I'm like, no, bitch, wait till it's fucking dry. What are you talking about? I might have done that before. And then killed someone. Well, it also was middle of winter, and I'm like, we need a wet floor sign for the entire fucking floor at this point at work. All the floor. Anyway, though, I mean, it's tough to say. I think maybe he maybe would have had a better chance. Now, here's the thing, though. Meruem gets stronger after the whole like almost dying thing. So that Meruem may have been on par with Prime Netero. So there's like a Meruem and a Prime Meruem, and Netero and a Prime Netero. So I think Prime Netero probably could have beaten pre-Rose Meruem, but post-Rose Meruem would be a little harder.
All the prefaces. Fuck Hunter x Hunter for that. I'm sorry.
No, it's just it's just those two characters.
I love it, but it's so extra.
That really doesn't happen that often, and that's more of a fandom like.
I know, I love it, but it's so fucking extra.
Oh, here it comes. Zangetsu Black, favorite Power Ranger series. His is Lost Galaxy.
I respect Lost Galaxy because it did something that nobody ever thought would happen, and that's an actual Ranger death. Although technically comes back. But my favorite series, I'm a 90s kid. I'm 28. I love Mighty Morphin, but my favorite, and this is not a lot of people's, is In Space.
Really?
Not only because it was originally going to be the end of the series in America, and it did something that saved the series, and now it's going on almost 30 fucking years over here. It killed off Zordon, the mentor. And, like I said, saved the fucking series. And Andros is best boy. I love his hair. I used to have hair as long as Andros when I was a kid.
Oh, wow.
Alright, look up Andros and look how long his fucking hair is.
First Andros I think of is the villain from Star Fox.
Yep. I had the long fucking hair. I was extra as a kid.
So here's what I'll say. We've caught up, so I'm going to say we're going to end streaming in about 2 or 3 minutes. So final questions now. Slap them all in. Mello the Human says not including Post Rose Meruem with a fucking this emoji. So yeah, I think Prime Netero was implied to be like way more strong than the Netero we saw, so probably could have beaten Meruem for sure. And Shadow says A, I assume, for your Power Rangers.
Yeah.
So again, slap in your final questions now. We'll probably end within 5 minutes.
So
thank you all for coming out. This, again, man, like, you have no idea. Every time we do a stream, my pessimistic ass is like, no one's going to show up. No one's going to care. And then you do, and I fucking love you for that.
So here's a question for the entire chat and you, Red. So, the educational value of video games.
Well, again, I don't know if I don't really want to start an entire conversation now.
This is something that actually I want to do a video on the channel, but I want to touch base on it here.
That it can teach you stuff? Yeah, totally. But again, like,
this is specifically because of one article that went around this week. They used the Assassin's Creed Odyssey and
to rebuild. Yeah.
Not just that, but they're using the tour mechanic that they've done now to actually help in museums with a lot of mythology.
I think that's art in general. Like, just all art, even if it comes... I think you could do a whole video on the fact that, like, fiction, a lot of people, not everyone, but a lot of people assume that fiction is useless, but fiction teaches people a lot more than nonfiction. And I think the best thing that fiction can do is it can teach, like, a stubborn child that doesn't think learning is fun. It can teach them subtly without them even realizing they're learning. Right, so I've learned plenty of shit from fiction without even realizing. I'm having fun, but also learning. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I always loved history as a kid. That's why I love the Assassin's Creed series. But the one thing it taught me is like there's a whole other way to teach a subject, and that's why I even early on the channel did a whole like gushing video about Assassin's Creed as a whole. But that's something that I respect the fuck out of, using the model to rebuild the Notre Dame Cathedral, using the tour mechanic now to help in museums. But a lot of people just disregard video games as a medium still to this day. And it's still this very, very, very...
Which is so funny, because it takes way more effort and energy to make a video game than a movie, or to make a video game.
Exactly.
It also takes more energy to enjoy a video game than a movie, because you're not just sitting there,
Like,
but anyway, again, I actually have to pay my rent by midnight. I have to go online and do that, so I cannot get into this conversation right now.
So
this can be a video later.
This is definitely going to be a video later, so stay tuned.
And now I'd like to respond to all these comments here. Okay, so... In Space, not popular. Nani, Zangu Black says.
It's definitely one of the black flags of like this. The black. No, I'm not even going to say sheep. I'm going to say flag because it's definitely the piratey bullshit from the turbo on down. Like we're still dealing with like the space bullshit. But It's not as respected as you would think. It's respected in the sense of, say, the series, but not as a general series itself.
All right. Ever read Vagabond? Mellow the Human?
No. I
haven't
have it in my queue to read. I have like 300 series I still want to read before the end of the year, and I've got about 5 of them about
Tango
half done.
Streams, favorite Tales game?
Tales of Symphonia.
I haven't played any of them. Mellow the Human, read Vinland Saga also?
Again, in the queue.
Shadow, Nani? Smart Karibo, last second hot take. Why is the Boruto anime better than the Naruto? Better at Naruto than at handling its cast?
I honestly respect the fact that it takes
like keeping the minor characters doing shit.
They
probably because Kishimoto doesn't have as big of a hand in it.
That is a big part of it, but I think
he's more of a weak writer than people think. He has strengths. He's good at world building. He's good at powers, but other than that,
like with Samurai, like we talked about last week, like the world he's created there is fantastic, but the characters not as much. But with Boruto, they devote more screen time to individual characters and fleshing out their character arcs rather quickly because it's a monthly series versus, a weekly, I'm going to do 10 pages this week, 20 pages this week, that kind of thing.
Yeah. All right.
I would say In Space gets a lot more love in the comic sense and the Shattered Grid arc than it did with the actual series itself.
All right. What do you feel is crucial for a series? Plot, world, etc. So my 2 most important things are world building and characters. Characters specifically because I think if you have good characters, people will follow them through anything. So it doesn't even, the plot can be weak or the goal can be weak, but if the characters are good, what do you have? A slice of life, a pretty enjoyable slice of life. So
I want to be the Wizard King. I want to be the Hokage.
But if the characters are good, people will follow them. So characters are most important. World building after that, because I think a good fantasy world that's well established is fucking amazing. And then power system after that for me.
So for me, I agree with that. Like the whole world of like Sword Art Online, you have this entire fantasy game or this entire first-person, third-person shooter game being used as a basis for it. But the characters aren't the greatest, but you also have a fantastic, overarching plot that... And the light novels is a lot deeper than the fucking anime. I'm just going to say that right now. The anime fucking sucks ass. I could do a whole fucking series on why the anime sucks. But the world they've created in that is one of the most detailed when you get down to like the different aspects. Like we're not only doing the game, we're doing the actual world inside of this essentially Japanese setting, and we've got this supporting cast that's like hitting at like 50 characters deep now at this point.
For sure. Deep question, surprisingly deep. If you could change one thing about life/society, what would it be? I'll start with that one.
I know you can automatically go to a million different things.
Just if you could eliminate greed in general, because greed genuinely does cause all of our problems. Like everything can be traced back to greed. Why do people starve? Greed. Because, you have farmers that are told to throw away their food to keep the prices up. Mm-hmm. Why are we in wars? Greed. Because I want oil. I want land. My God's better than your God. Greed. Why?
I'd eliminate religion.
Oh, boo-hoo, edgy motherfucker.
No.
You're edgy. It's not religion causing this shit. It's greed. 100%.
I will agree with you on greed is evil, but religion is also a very, very basic fucking
religion is one cog, because what religion does is it gives people a way to absolve themselves from their own responsibilities. Exactly. But the problem with that is, so do many other things, okay? Because that's the same argument as saying it's because of guns, it's because of this. But the main... religion is something that is created by man, whereas greed is just like a natural thing that exists in man. So it's a lot... You are basically... You are picking at one thing on top of the cancer and not getting the cancer itself. Greed is 100% the baseline of corruption in society.
You want to know why I would eliminate religion? Not just because it's man-made. It's... Not because I'm a fucking atheist or agnostic.
I know, it's just the edgy answer.
No, it is one of the most corruptible things on the planet.
Certainly, but we would find something else to corrupt. If
you
don't get rid of greed itself, everything will be corrupted. Everything that was once good and wholesome would be corrupted.
Think about what all religion's been used for, from the Catholic Church being rampant with molestation and all that, to the fact that we use it for the ground baseline of fucking war between not just this state, but this state and this state and this state.
The same can be said about any form of institutionalized anything. So institutionalized religion is evil. Institutionalized government is equally evil. So we are allies with Saudi Arabia currently right now.
Yeah.
Why? Because they buy oil with our currency. That inflates our economy, and they have things over there like your child sex slaves and your fucking they behead gay people on the street. So again, it's not religion. Religion is one thing that can be corrupted by man. I'm talking at a deep base level. If you could get rid of the greed in everyone's heart, you'd have much less, if not.
You'd have to reprogram the entirety of humanity.
Certainly, this is a hypothetical fantasy question. Of like if you could,
that's
if you
mine's
want
a lot easier.
If you want an easier question, here's my realistic one. If I could change anything, it would be I want people to be more educated, just in general. Because if everyone was educated, no one would vote for Republicans. If everyone was educated, no one would everyone would know who is legit. Because all it takes is a little research. Oh, this politician's taking bribe money. This one isn't. This country over here is doing this. This one isn't. So yeah, if you want the realistic answer from me, it's people to be more educated, and that would also solve your religion issue, because most people, if they're educated, they're not going to fucking kill each other over which god is better. So
that one.
But yeah, moving on. That was a good heated debate for sure. That's gonna be a fucking highlight. I can't wait to rewatch that on the fucking by the way, we do archive all of these on his personal channel.
Yep.
I'll link that somewhere, maybe in like a future channel video on ours, or somewhere in the Discord. I'm gonna speed run these because I really do gotta go online and pay my rent. Could gave 2 series crossover, what would it be? Oh, okay. Mine's just Guys in Hunter x Hunter. You have to show in there as well. So if I could just take 2 series and cross them over, which ones?
I'll start.
One Piece, Hunter x Hunter. I guess they both have cool.
Oh.
Those are my top 1 and 2, and they'd be interesting.
So I would love to see Kingdom Hearts and fucking Skyrim crossover. The Elder Scrolls and Kingdom Hearts.
Here, I'm just gonna fucking. If you just want to keep talking and answer these questions while I pay my rent,
okay.
No, I have to do it on my phone.
Oh.
I'll give you the next question. I just gotta pay my rent while you're answering it. How about that? Real life problems. Okay.
You need to stop procrastinating.
Nope, never. Well, I didn't have the money to.
Oh. Okay.
Literally, my mom had to PayPal me the extra chunk because life hard.
Yeah, life hard.
Kevin Spacey Superfan says, "Sup, my guys." I don't know.
Oh God.
Oh, do you know this person?
Oh no, Kevin Spacey.
That's a great name.
Oh.
Shadow says, "Sup, Mellow, the Human, great stream too. Keep this up. I'll definitely come back to whenever I can. I'll bring as much as energy." Aw, thank you so much, Mellow. They're saying they'll come back for every stream.
We love you.
Love you. Always be here, and we'll talk to you all the time. Thank you so much. Shadow points and says he agrees. Thank you, Shadow. Mellow. And yeah, with one of my questions you answered, definitely characters for me. Characters make the plot. And unless the world itself is a huge mystery, it's trying to be solved. The characters. Yeah, totally. Kevin Spacey, I created the Church of Controlled Chaos. We're all very chill. We don't molest anyone. 10 out of 10, solid relationship.
Oh, that. Yes.
That wins best comment I've ever seen. 10 out of 10, we don't molest anyone. Solid religion. We all chill.
That is beautiful, especially with that fucking name.
Oh my God, that's so good. Thank you, Kevin Spacey, superfan. Oh, good. I will be able to pay my rent because that's all right. Last comment. Tengu streams. All right, they all got the message that we were ending the stream. In reply to Kevin Spacey, superfan. Yeah, now where would the Jeremy Dooley go in the church? You'd probably be like, there'd probably be a statue of you somewhere, man. You know, like one of the founding
below
members.
The Demon Lord Azazel.
You're like fucking one of the really important like pastors, like John the Baptist. You know, like you're like one of the dudes that like congregated with the gods before it was cool. Alright, that's actually the last comment, like legit. Just
all
so you know,
right.
like, see?
Awesome.
Right,
We're going to end this.
I'm going to go pay my rent.
I'm going to pass the fuck out because I've been up for 26 hours straight now.
You got 9 viewers still the whole time, and that means we hit our average as well. We're trying to get affiliated. Thank you guys.
We love you.
Seriously, every single time we do a stream, I think we're going to get like no one. And every time you guys come through, you make me feel happy. This is just fun as fuck to answer your questions and just chill.
I told you. Twitch was awesome.
Thank you. And maybe one day we can make a little bit of money so that I don't have to pay my rent 10 minutes before it's due.
And also ask mommy for money.
Hey, who's living with their parents right now?
Who is $30-some overdrawn right now and has to go to the bank and deposit money? Alright.
But we love you guys, seriously. Shout out to everyone. See you in the Discord, Zangetsu Black. Sorry, I had a fucking stroke there. I will see you there. And if anyone goes to our Discord, tag at Red, like REDD Alexander, that's me. Everyone want to talk to me, just tag me. I'll be there whenever.
Or tag David.
David, and what's fucking... Is Thurman still Cartoon Kid in there?
He's still saying N-word. He
never
changed it. He's never changed it since I did that.
Yes, he's the black one, so he's allowed to make that joke. So yes, seriously, ever want to talk to any of us, tag us in the Discord.
Or DM me. I'll answer you as quickly as possible.
I love y'all. This was awesome.
Till next time, peace.